you. Hello and welcome back to the Ardent Roleplay stream. I am Jacob, your lovely host, and welcome again to the Vale of Dusk. I am joined by, once again, my lovely companions, the delightful Steph, the wonderful Keegan, Trent, Macaulay, and of course, Roman, playing their lovely characters today. I'll let them quickly introduce themselves so we can get fresh back into it. But of course, this is the Ardent Roleplay stream where we're going to show you some cool augmented reality and some cool D&D along the way. So we'll get Keegan to take us away with his little character introduction, what he's all about.
So I am playing Asash of the Zoroma, the half-orc druid of the party. Probably the newest addition to the party, whose job so far seems to have been stopping everyone from dying. We'll hand it over to Trent.
And boy, do they need it.
Boy, do they need it.
Hi, my name's Trent. I'm playing as Daemon Theomune, variant human fighter, best friend of Mog. Speaking of keeping everyone alive, I'm just making sure everyone else around us stays dead. That's kind of what I do.
Everyone else... Alive party, dead party. Okay, good.
You know what? Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah,
a good offense.
Trent's the murder hobo.
That's it. I'm a good offense.
Everything that's not our party is turned into sushi.
Exactly. Speaking of Mog, I'm going to head over to Mac.
Oh, hello. My name's Mac. I play Mog, who is a half-orc paladin, the goodest good boy of the team, I'd like to think. I think he's trying to keep everyone alive, the best that he can do, and
trying to keep everyone on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which is kind of there. It's just like that.
Not working.
It's mostly in that direction.
Straight-ish.
And now I'll move over to Roman.
Me. Hi, I'm Roman. I play Baird, the drow bard warlock, with a shitty attitude, and he's trying to be better. He's learning. He's had his God, I'm such a bad person epiphany, and now he's working on it. He's not working very hard on it, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And he follows his mum around. That's Lillian, his mum.
Party mums. I was like, you're like party mums. Like, no, just mum.
No, it's my mum.
Well, of that, hi, I'm Steph. I play Lillian, the apparent party mom. I don't know how we got here, but we got here in the end. I play a tiefling Gloomstalker ranger, and I just got given an oath bow that I still haven't used yet. I really want to go whack some things with pointy sticks.
Oh, and do not worry, there are plenty pointy stick whacking individuals that we'll be having in this fun, exciting stream today. Ooh. But I'll get to the actual introduction for our little session today, and then we'll jump straight into it. So, in this session, the players will be heading into, of course, the Barrow Marsh. These expansive bogs of knotted trees and swamplands fester in the northern reaches of Naminar. In ancient times, these bogs were the home of gods of death and the spawning ground of monsters. And obviously, that is what the legends do say, but who knows for certain? Today, they stand as ancient edifices of forgotten gods and stark reminders of the past, the cradle of nature's beginnings. Our party last stepped into, obviously, Fisher's Rest, where they met the eccentric and mysterious Lake Ashtafel residents, leaving their horses there so they could dive deep into the Barrow Marsh itself. Having met with the Crossroads Demon, exchanged the Book of Anthem in the future for the remnants of the cult's whereabouts today. So, where do we find ourselves? Take us away.
Sorry, DM, wasn't that a devil?
Devil demon.
Devil demon.
They're very different, Jacob.
They are very different. It is a devil for those playing at home, yes. You got me. Thank you, my lovely party, for making sure I'm exactly specific on
keeping him honest.
Trent and I are just here to stir.
Every time.
Stir that pot. Yes. I figured that sees us literally just walking up the path into the Barrow Marsh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
Into the woods.
Into the woods.
Yeah. Well, for those playing at home, you can, of course, utilize our lovely spectator card to look at the archway card where you'll be finding your lovely pathway as you walk through the Barrow Marsh. It's so pretty.
So
can
well
confirm. So well made. Wow, thank you, Ardent Roleplay. It seems such a great product that we can use for our wonderful role-playing experiences. You'll love to hear it. Anywho. Yeah, so this is kind of where you are. There's like obviously a dank level of trees and foliage that kind of surround you. The bog itself is kind of like low patches of like wet earth and stuff like that kind of tend to sink a little bit deeper down. For those with kind of a heavier bearing on survival, you do note that you're kind of moving slightly downhill, and you can feel that this water is starting to kind of get a little bit more sloppy, that the mud and the earth is starting to kind of get a little bit more clumpy beneath your feet as you start to trudge through. Now you've been probably traveling for about a day at this point, considering that the actual crossroads is about a day from Fisher's Rest is where you came from, and then another day on foot into the actual Van Marsh proper before the road starts to dissipate around you. Now you start to have a few issues trying to navigate this place. So if you guys would like, you can also do a survival check, but you do have a pretty good idea given the information that the demoness, the devil, my bad, gave you. Yeah.
We're never going to run out of light because I've got both dancing lights and fairy fire as cantrips.
And my weapon's usually always glowing as well if it gets too dark.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Also, I think Damon rolled in that. Sorry, go ahead, Steph.
We shouldn't have any trouble with swamps as well because we ignore difficult terrain from the Horn of Helenus.
Mm-hmm. The Horn of Helenus.
And also last session, I think Damon rolled the nat 20 was like naturally walking in the right direction.
Just on top of the water as well.
He knows exactly where he's going.
Just in a straight line.
Yep. Yeah, you start to and you don't move too slowly. So overcoming the difficult terrain is a huge benefit to most of you guys. There are still, of course, environmental hazards which you can pitfall into. But if it comes to actually moving in a kind of reasonable direction, then the Horn of Helenus allows you to basically track and move kind of through these. Obviously, there are these kind of heavier sections of mud and rivers and stuff like that. It doesn't let you just water walk over them, but that would be pretty cool. But I'll get someone to do me a survival check, and we can kind of get into the direction that you want to kind of travel into from here.
I will.
There you go.
Thank you,
A ranger? No way.
Lillian.
I can't imagine why.
No.
If you would like someone to help you, you do also have, I believe, a map, an indication of where you're kind of going, which you get advantage on the roll for.
Oh, sweet. That's what I'm hearing.
Would Asasha have had a chance to have a decent look at the map as well?
Yeah, it's been about a day, so you kind of done that when you camped probably last evening.
Well, I got a 25 if it counts for anything.
That's a pretty good roll.
I
think we're right.
Now,
solid.
In here,
Making our way is downtown.
Now, in here, you find basically a mud road. Mud roads tend to be patches of earth that you can kind of walk through as pathways that navigate through the deeper sections of mud and earth that tend to be created by swamp dwelling individuals like Grung, or as an example druids or other ranger wildlife oriented individuals. They tend to make these kind of through a great deal of time and effort, but given your ranger training and knowledge of the general area, given the map that you possess, you are able to kind of navigate these very effectively. Now,
speaking of druids, do there happen to be any druidic marks scratched around on trees and stuff? I spot those automatically.
Yep, there are some druidic marks that are around the place, but these you notice are different from ones you're more used to. Do me a knowledge nature check for your knowledge of, obviously, druidic culture and stuff like that.
All right.
Just because it's a different culture than what you'd probably be more used to with your more savage druidic practice.
Wow, okay. That sounds like anti-orcish, but...
You tell me I'm wrong. You tell me I'm wrong. Go on. I was like, what was your mother's name again? Just remind me, sorry.
What, Titania Bloodmouth? What? No. What?
I forgot that last name. What?
You can't just judge someone because their last name is Bloodmouth. These guys.
That was a 21 on that nature roll, by the way.
It's an earned name, woman.
That's fine.
It's a title of great respect, honestly.
Uh-huh. What's Asasha's last name as well, while we're here?
Asasha's just of the Zaroma, so he just carries the clan name.
Haven't got your name yet.
Because he's not cool enough yet.
You haven't got your deed name.
Haven't got a deed name yet, for those who are familiar with Werewolf.
Gotta get that deed name.
And that was also a 21 on that nature.
A 21 on nature roll? Alright, so you notice that these are Blight Druid markings. Blight Druids tend to be more around the process of death, pestilence, and kind of the cycling of life into death, into life again. So they kind of handle that kind of stuff. Yep. You are aware of the culture of certain druids, that they are kind of a mirror of what life needs to be. So in Naminar specifically, there are wells of both life and of death. The balance of these two things is very essential to the overall life of how life kind of tends to be. If there's too much death will start to sweep across the land, much like this plague, which you have already noted from your kind of cleansing of a particular well of life that was kind of corrupted by the Golduaya. Now, Blight Druids would never corrupt a life well, but they would worship underneath a death well. So, given that, roll me a wisdom or insight check to kind of like figure some of this stuff out, or you can figure it out yourself if you have any kind of ideas on what you think might be the situation, but those are the markings that you do see and a way to kind of navigate kind of towards them.
Given that, Asasha would probably hazard a guess that, and given the general reputation of the Barrow Marsh, that there's likely to be some form of death well around here. Also, given the fact that we did recently encounter a giant undead dragon said to have come from this region, so that's likely. There's taste and smells a little bit like maybe a death well is going to be Asasha's thinking on this one.
Mm-hmm. You start to hear as well the buzzing of flies around this area as well. Like there's like, and occasionally there's like these like pockets of air that plume out of the marsh, and you start to get into heavier and heavier kind of like mud and earth. Mm-hmm. Navigating, obviously, with Lillian's guidance. Yep. Very effective through this.
The other thing as well is that looking for those druidic marks and stuff, they're generally used to say things like danger, don't go this way, or safe path through here. So are there other marks like that sort of helping guide through as well?
Mm-hmm. There is one that the ones that you kind of tend to see are they're dragon marks. So basically, dragon marks tell you like there's a dragon here.
Warning, not disturb
dragon. Do not disturb dragon. Tread carefully. Giant leeches or something like, you know, there's like tread carefully. There are like large creatures of leeches here, like leech swarms are a thing here. Yeah. Flies, that kind of stuff. Like this is the rotting pits where they would assumedly put like, you know, dead animals and stuff like that they might find. They would put it in a single area so that all the creatures in this one area can kind of feast on it. That sort of thing, but nothing too untoward that you notice as far as markings on the actual druidic lines and stuff like that.
Cool. Asasha will sort of convey the general information, like watch out for the leeches and things. Just like, thanks.
You can see, like, with every step deeper into the marsh, Bear's just like, ew, like just yuck. Yeah. This is the most filthy place he's ever been.
Mm-hmm. It smells here.
It's yucky. I don't like it.
Yes, sir.
Someone give me a lift. I want to put my feet in it.
Sash will offer if Baird has that comment.
Baird clearly is like looking mournfully at his boots, just like, oh.
If there's leeches around, like Lillian would know whether or not like leeches are an okay or a not okay leech. Generally, they're fine. To be real.
Mm-hmm.
But this is also a game. Can I find a leech that's not going to be like a deathly killer leech and try and stick it on bed?
You're a horrible mother.
I'm going to tell you.
Yes, wow.
I'm going to show, I'm going to pick up a leech, and I'm sure Bear's going to be also like, okay, show you that leeches aren't that bad. Just stick out your arm.
No,
listen to mother.
I've had enough things suck my blood. I don't need it anymore.
This is how they live.
No,
it's just
I
a
don't
little
care. It's
tiny,
how vampires live too.
It's fine.
So
it's
Damon,
a tiny leech.
Touch me.
Damon's going to walk over.
Acquiesce to that. It's fine. And just pluck it on her, and it'll just like suction on. It doesn't hurt. They put stuff in you so it doesn't hurt.
And
it'll just drop off when it's ready.
Suck my blood before. I know it hurts.
Yeah,
Damon has 7 leeches on his arm. And he's going to pull up the leather underneath his mithril. Look, Ben, it's fine.
Lillian's just going to look at, okay, that's a bit too many. Let's try and get some. Popping a few leeches off you.
Getting a little bit pale. Like,
it's fine,
David,
Ben.
you okay? Like,
Damon, you look like you've had a rough night.
I'll be okay.
Can you please take the leeches off? You're making me very uncomfortable.
Like Lillian's just picking like the odd leech off him. Be like, just one is fine. Just try not to get them on you.
You see probably like on the path that you kind of got here, Steph. You see like what appears to be a crocodile at first, like kind of slither up top of the mud, and realize in fact it's a giant leech, approximately 40 feet away. It seems to be relatively like doing its own thing, but it's probably about this big, a little bit longer than that because you get all clumped up together and they're long.
Point to that leash. Like, that's the one that you don't put on you for fun.
Yes, I don't think so.
Yeah, Damon, don't go near it. That's not for us, buddy.
It's like hiding behind the other party members, like, no.
Like, pop the one that's off Lillian.
Does Mog see this crocodile coming up? Like, is it in our way, or is it just like...
Oh, it's like 20 feet away to the side. You're like, you do.
Lillian has 100% pointed this out if no one, like, if other people haven't spotted it.
Asash will have seen it as well, too. Oh, yes.
All right, well, we should go around it because this is its home and we don't want to kill good things. That leech, though, kind of looks like it sucks. So if that gets near us, we should probably smack it with my anti-leech
stick. Anti-leech stick.
My leech whacker.
There's no spray here for anti-leech.
Leech be gone.
Only stick.
Only stick.
I'm sure one of us is carrying salt.
I don't know. I don't think any pie loot has salt in it.
I think Baird's usually carrying a bit.
Probably Baird's probably got some
Baird's
salt.
usually got, like...
pretty salty.
No, Baird doesn't need to carry salt. Baird is made of salt.
With the leech on Baird,
Spell component patch would definitely have some salt.
I kind of thought that Mog would be carrying salt just because he likes cooking.
Do you have a spell component pouch? Or a cooking kit?
No, I don't.
Ash definitely has a spell component pouch.
No.
Yes.
But like Mog's the kind
I
of
have a
cook where
cooking
just...
kit.
Hey, there you go. Lillian's got the herbs and spices.
Ooh.
Possibly secret herbs and spices. Who's to say? Well, it's like like survival testing for cured berries and stuff like that. You like put in a little jar, like, oh, I'm gonna eat these later. Oh, I'm making the jams.
Yeah. So she's just been like each night before they settle down as well, just been like preparing like 10 good berries and stuff for everyone as well.
Oh.
That's a handy spell. It means you only need to eat a berry for the day.
Yeah, how fun.
Yeah. I'm just eating real food.
It's a really big berry.
It's the only thing that Baird and Damon are bonding over is they miss eating real food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've been in here for about a couple of days now. Like it's been good. It's been good travel. But as you're kind of like walking through, probably like you bed down for another evening, and you're not making too bad a time. You kind of have a pretty decent inclination of where the keep is, the keep that you've kind of noted as being like the Lost Baron's keep, as well as approaching where to be Griss's hut, which she has kind of donated, told you kind of where approximately it is as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So did you have a goal of which way you wanted to go at this point?
Griss's hut would probably be the first port of call if it's on the way.
Yes. I was going to say, also, it's a good idea to have a place where we can set up like a base or like a camp.
Yep. Well, you're definitely within probably the next 6 hours or so from the next one.
Super close.
Super close, yeah.
Yay.
You can almost see it. It's like just over there.
That tiny little speck on the horizon.
Throws a rock.
We'll get there in 2 days.
Throw away.
Stone's throw away.
It's a realtor's stone throw.
I would imagine that one of you drop something at some point during your little adventure and realize how deep the mud is around you. Even on this little path, the one that's kind of guiding you on the place, you realize that this should be about up to your waist in mud, but would allow you to kind of move through the place. You're probably up to your ankles at worst. And kind of just gently kind of go to the mud. It's not really impeding your steps too hard.
Squelch.
Little school squelchy boy. But yeah, you realize that this is to do with, of course, the lovely horn that Steph blows each day to kind of get you to traverse through this, lovely, terrible place.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Aside also offer to lend Lillian his walking stick staff essentially to probe the mud as they're going along to gauge depth.
Yeah.
If she's walking in front, he'll offer the quarterstaff, just do the pokey poke.
Yep. It's deeper.
Sash.
Yeah, it's deeper than seems to be affecting you at this point. Is the kind of thing you're huh. So, oh boy. So, with that, you end up kind of walking towards the. So, we'll say that you bed down for the evening. Who is on watch, by the way, as far as this evening is concerned?
Probably Daemon
Yeah.
for the first half.
Yep.
Bear will
And
take
then
some time
second
as
half.
well.
So you're going to do just 2 halves?
Easily, yeah.
Sash
Yeah.
will take a shift as well.
I was gonna say, like, well, a bear doesn't need as much sleep as everyone.
Who has dark vision?
Daemon doesn't.
I think I do.
Bear's the one that can see
Yep.
perfectly, even in magical darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I think Damon's the only one that cannot.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
Yeah, he's
that
the
doesn't
most-
have magic.
He's the most useless here, but he's definitely going to step beyond watch. He's
Sorry.
pretty insistent.
One of us can stay up with Damon.
Probably a Sash, I
Well-
assume.
Mog will
Sash
do
will
it.
sit up.
Oh,
Oh.
me as well. We'll all stay on watch.
Well, we'll just not sleep.
So I'll get...
If Morgus wants to stay up, Sash will sleep. Otherwise, Sash will offer to stay up.
Yeah,
Yep, easy. So for the first watch, I'll get you guys, whoever's on watch, to do me a perception test. As you're kind of looking around the place.
Ooh, that's one of my best stats.
It's perfect for watches. Any watch whatsoever.
18.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Ooh, very
We're
exciting.
good at, together, we are good at seeing things.
We can see in front of us, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Is
at
it
most.
We're probably just distracting each other so much. We're like, oh yeah, and we're on a watch. We're meant to be looking away.
We're just chatting to each other.
So 2 of you up, yeah? Or 3 of you up?
2 of us.
And if Mog is staying up.
Yep. So Mog and Damon are staying up, basically.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So I'm going to go...
We kind
watch-
of, our conversation's kind of just like a little bit too loud too. Like Asash isn't really fully asleep because every so often,
Exactly that.
yeah.
Bear just in trance mode, just like opens one eye.
Sinks further in the mud.
Lillian, could I get you to roll me a con saving throw, please?
This is bad.
Whoops. Sorry guys, let the team down.
You did this. If you kill party mom,
Lillian just instantly gets eaten by a massive crocodile. It's over.
It's con, yeah?
Yeah, it's con.
Con. Okay, con.
Who
Fully
let the 2
realized.
idiots stay up all
17.
night?
17? All right. You lose... Hold up. So how many hit points do you lose here?
Distract.
Great description. I love that. So
Don't
you
be mean
lose.
to leeches
Hold
if
on.
it's more about
So you're only half dead
leeches.
instead of full dead.
You're immune to leeches, sorry?
No, just don't be mean to leeches.
No, I would never be mean to leeches. All right. So you take
Leeches are gonna be
6
mean to
points. So you take 6 points of hit point damage. So your total amount of hit points
Wow.
is reduced by 6. As you awaken as well,
Wait.
because you succeed your con saving throw, and you see this tiny creature, like basically on your chest with its like little proboscis snipper thing inside you. It's a and
a giant
you
mosquito.
you recognize it almost instantaneously as a sturge. Sturge.
Scourge.
Stirge. Sturge.
Sturge.
Sturge. Ah, wait. Sturge.
Everybody tries to
Sturge.
say
I can
that.
actually
Steered.
hear it on D&D Beyond.
String.
Sturge.
Sturge. It is Sturge. And you see this like thing like on top, like on you, like panic instantaneously, like. Or actually, you can do whatever you'd like. Actually, I'm not going to see what your reaction will be. I would personally
Panic.
have that reaction, but
Panic.
that's not always. That's not everyone.
The fuck is this?
Yeah, you can roll initiative if you like.
Yeah, I'm just get off me.
Yep.
Get it off me.
Uh-huh. It'll roll its initiative as well. I
Hey,
accept.
get it off me.
Oh, it's
Get it
got a
off
natural
me.
20. Hooray!
I better roll just in case.
Is there like so? What is Lillian's immediate response? Is it loud or is it? Do we hear
I
it?
rolled a nat 1.
He rolled a nat 20. Got him, boys!
God.
You don't have your armor on as well because you're obviously sleeping. You know, you don't have your armor on when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
That's just so. It will go first because I don't think anyone else got a natural 20. So it's going to give you another. Yeah. You take another. Roll the dice. You take another 4 points of damage due to blood loss, and reduce your hit points by another 4. Sorry, as it drinks your blood. Like,
That's a lot of blood.
it is a tiny creature, but it is a very large. Is a very very large mosquito.
Big
So,
sip.
have we all been woken up by her panicking?
I
I'd
will
assume
say
so.
she had she's like.
I'd like to think there was like a yell, just a slight yell.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it triggers initiative. You basically you can speak in any time in the initiative. It's like a kind of free thing you kind of do in film people.
yeah, cool.
Yes, my speaking will quite literally just be shrieking.
Mhm. I wanna like
Jesus Christ!
in that Aussie accent as well.
Crikey! Our Lord and Savior, Steve Owens.
Look, I was going to try and do a Steve Owen bit for Giant Leech, but I could never. Do that.
Can I try and like hit it with my violin or kick it or something?
You can. You gently wake up and you're like,
in a trance, so it's really easy to wake them up.
and roll me a free perception test as well.
Okay, hold on. Let me roll my perception first. Oh, sorry, I just got to triple check my points. Sweet. 19.
What a you notice that there's one on you, but it's not actually stuck its proboscis into your leg. It's like on your leg, just kind of sitting there like.
Cool. Awesome. I'm gonna Eldritch blast the one on my goddamn chest. Just, screams, blasts it. Oh my god, I have to remember all my bits to roll. That's my. I have to roll charisma for my spell, don't I?
Yeah, plus your proficiency. It's a range spell attack.
Because you have 2 beams, with your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
you have multiple beams with Eldritch Blast. The higher the Eldritch Blast gets, the more powerful it becomes by having 3 or 4 beams. I think it's actually 3. I'm not sure actually.
It's 2 at 5th level.
Yeah, so you got 2 beams basically. Yes, you got 2 beams that you can utilize. So you can use the first beam and then decide.
One at me and one at Lily. At the one on Lillian.
Yep, sounds good.
So do I have to roll separately for both of them?
Yes, you will have to roll separately for both. Yes.
Cool. That's the first one.
No.
Wow. The first one hits. Oh wait, where's the natural one? Oh no. My mistake. They both hit.
Excellent. All right, now I get to roll damage on them.
What is your minimum damage?
Hold on. Let me hit that. Awesome. It's 1d8. Is it 8?
Should be 1d10.
10. 1d10.
1d10. Well, you 1d10. We'll see how you go.
Cool. Awesome.
And what's your stat? What's your modifier?
My modifier is my charisma.
You don't get it unless you have the special thing for it as part of your warlock stuff.
Your Eldritch Invocation gives you that. That's right.
Yes. So you can increase the power of the Eldritch Blast with cool warlock stuff. It's why Eldritch Blast is always used.
Yeah.
Incredible, and you can level it up. Yeah. You can.
All right. So first attack,
600 feet range, pretty good.
And second.
This
attack.
kills the first one. That kills the second one.
Yes.
Like,
hit them both.
And they just die. Jesus.
They're still lying on the ground, one hand out towards the lead and one hand in front of them, just
Yep. And that's all the surges that you see.
What the hell was that?
Speaking of, Damon jumps and leaps up, pulls his weapon out, takes a look around. Can I roll a perception, see if I can see anything else around us?
Bear just rounds him
sure.
some fucking watch guard you are.
Close. 11.
11. Well, let me just double check. Ooh. Unfortunately, you do not see anything else.
Okay.
I'm going to roll perception to look around. Baird is now on high alert.
Yeah, Asash will also have been woken up by the various explosions of Eldritch magic and be looking around to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Mog will also stand up and be like, what just happened?
23.
Asash is too bleary-eyed to see anything.
Yep, that seems fine. You do see that. Hold on. So what? Who got what?
Lillian got 20 and I got 23.
Asash got 5, so Asash is just like, what?
You see in the distance there is a strange hook-handed, like medium creature that's like resting on a far-flung branch. It's kind of more just observing you with this kind of like dopey-looking, like look.
How far away is it?
It's probably 60 feet away.
Cool. Okay. Oh, thanks, I hate it. Yeah, no, I can see normally at the moment. Like, up to 120 feet. Bear's just staring directly at this thing. Like, guys?
Yeah, it's like a strange spider person.
What is that?
What is what?
Just hand on Damon's head, like it turns it so that they're looking like directly at it. That.
I see, bad.
You probably don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm like, can you see
60
that?
feet away and
I can't see. It's just a blackness to me. So I'm like, yes, bad, yes.
Does Mog sense evil, like in that direction?
Crazy.
No, it's not because they're evil. It's like magically evil. If that makes sense.
Is it not? It's not a fiend or an undead or anything like that. Yeah.
Nope. It's a creature of
survival to see what it is.
It's just a creature of the swamp. You may, yes.
Yeah, I'm also going to cast Dancing Lights as my little cantrip.
It looks scared and is planning to scurry away.
Yeah.
I got a nat 20.
Cool. It is an ettercap. An ettercap is a it's a medium monstrous humanoid. It's known to be relatively evil. It's got basically like webbing. It's kind of entraps people in a web and are quiet killers and sylvan despoilers. Though they dwell in the wilds, ettercaps have no desire to live in harmony with nature. A forest infested with ettercaps transforms into a gloomy place choked with webs and infested with giant spiders, giant insects, and other sinister predators. Creatures that wander too far off into the woods are soon lost in a maze of webs that dangle with the bones of lost treasures, ettercap victims. And they're enemies of the Fae.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Oh, hold on. What do we feel, team?
My Fae pact is tingling.
Don't call it that.
Mm-hmm. But it's basically so what's the top of the initiative? So Bear has gone.
Bear's just cast the dancing lights to light it up so that Damon can see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now Damon can definitely see it. It's like, oh, it's there, right?
That.
Oh God.
What is that?
It's got like weird mandibly mouth, like these little hook hands that it's using to like hold onto itself. It's like purple in color, and it's like this kind of bloated looking
some horrible mishmash of the thing, and I know what you did last summer.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a history check to see if my dad told you about these things.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah, Lillian, Bear's looking at Lillian like, what is that?
I will relay what Jacob said.
Man, that's an ettercap. Yeah, they're not much. Not a huge problem. My father fought a few of those.
It starts to run away, basically.
Look at it go! See you later, idiot!
Is it fine to let it go? Like, it's not going to attack us again if we try to sleep?
Well, we can deal with it.
Well, maybe we should get some better people on watch.
Maybe.
Maybe we should, Bad. Why don't you go and watch, huh?
I will.
What? Fair enough.
Considering I can see in the dark.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to help, Bad. Bye.
Look, we appreciate the help, Damon. But we woke up with crazy bugs on us.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a crazy bug on me.
We were sleeping less than 10 feet away.
Okay, Bad, sure, but I had no bugs on me. You should have been paying more attention, really.
I was asleep.
Can I roll to yeet the thing that I'm holding that was on Lillian?
You like
Damon.
You
now you've got one on you.
Fine. You know what? You keep watch. I'm gonna go lie down. And David just puts his hands up and
yeah, I'm wide awake now. So
God, I was being a hole in my chest. Thanks.
Technically, this does interrupt your rest.
Long rest.
Would you like me to look at that for you, Lillian?
Yes, please. It hurts.
Cure wounds. Whop.
Does that bring the temporary back up, or no? Oh, I don't feel any better.
Your blood has been taken, you say.
Right. Is there anything I can do for that with, like, I've got a healer's kit. Random blood transfusion.
It will take basically a short rest to get rid of it, effectively.
Well, yeah, look, he'll heal up the hole. And just, he'll tell Lily, look, Asash will tell Lily, you get some rest and
He's all, like,
recover.
pale
I
around
will
the
take the
cheeks.
second watch with Baird.
Yeah, she's like, and unfortunately, it's got that unpleasant feeling in your chest where you're like, it's stuck by something.
Yeah.
Be miserable and sleep.
All right. And apart from that, there's the next watch, of course, which is Baird and Asash.
Yeah.
Very nice. Roll me a the perception test for this evening. Or for the rest of the evening.
23.
Way better.
My curse is not here.
And 16.
You do notice that there, with a 23, there is another etacap, or two more etacaps that you kind of see further into the distance, but they're more like observing you and seem to be coming from a particular direction which you are not presently going towards.
It sort of just keeps an eye on them for the most part. Like, if they start to come closer, he'll cast up dancing lights again just to see if that, like, he's assuming the lights is what scared them away.
The lights scare them away. Like, if they do come closer, which they do, like, they get like a little bit closer each time to see how, like, and
if they get within like 60 feet again, the lights come back up.
Yep, and they just get away and they start going. But that is what happens during the evening. You awaken. No more bugs. No. The dancing lights tend to get rid of them as well.
Yeah.
Then, well, actually, I will say that there were some, but ultimately, you don't really, you don't see, like, when you see them, you shoot them off. If they had seen them, they would have shoot them off as well. But yeah, there's like
Swat that with the staff.
Get out of here.
Baird finally unsheaths their rapier. Just
How long have you had that?
Not skilled with it. Baird's had the rapier the whole time. They're just really unskilled with it.
And that's the end of the. I thought you had proficiency with rapier as a.
As a drow, yeah, I have proficiency with the rapier, but I don't ever use it.
Okay, that's fair.
As a character, he doesn't.
Yeah, as a character.
It's a character flaw. Bad at rapiers. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're good at fencing, but like, fencing's not that useful.
Yeah, you need the gating.
Wow, you're so funny.
Got him.
You came up with that one.
Anyway, continue. Moving
You
on.
awaken, and basically you can lead yourself the next 6 hours through the swamps. Again, I'll get you to do another survival test just so you can keep like kind of navigating through the place, because you know where you're going. You have a very clear understanding where it is. You get advantage on this roll, of course, because you're killing it.
Shooting that magical horn.
And you've ruined my nice environmental traps. How could you?
Well, I'd
You're the
like
one
to
who
posit
gave the
that you
horn.
have done this to yourself.
You do it to yourself, but out, and that's what
No
really
one
hurts.
to blame but
No,
yourself.
I've got to let the cool things that your characters can do kind of like let themselves out. It's really fun to do that, I love it. Just wait until it's bedtime to shine, where he gets to go and
Make concepts.
make high to do fancy dinner party of bed.
Make God says, I'm gonna kill you, Keegan. You're dead to me.
And I look at him, and he looks at me. That's the one.
It was the most accurate TikTok ever.
Oh, it would have been so good because I would have got you to do con saves, and you would have noticed until you got exsanguinated.
You so much.
Yeah, but it was Lillian instead, and she's got good cons. Good work, Lillian.
My charisma isn't here, so knock on wood, I'm rolling okay today.
Mm-hmm. You see, you
Ruined it now.
That's
Yeah, ruined it now.
Yeah, ruined now.
I
but
got
yes,
21.
You succeed wherever you'd like to go. You're able to get to without a further to high thing to do. You kind of tend to note where some dangerous points are. That's kind of why I also mentioned the Etacap thing as well. You are avoiding what you generally suspect on the map, or what your general like lay of the land kind of is of dangerous locations, and trying to get to the very dangerous location that you know that does exist in this lovely swamp.
Great.
We don't want just a little bit of danger. We want all of the danger.
As much danger as possible, please.
I'm starting to imagine
Take
all
it
those
back.
like little druid signs as like the Australian yellow triangle signs with like
blue bottle
a silhouette of a leech,
Don't swim here.
silhouette of a
Crocodile.
dragon.
little other capsules like.
It's here too.
That's
And a road, like
as the
Cyclops.
druid, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Welcome to like the south sides of rocks.
There's like-
Trees,
there's like-
a
there's like
triangle
a-
with like a very crude picture of like a spider person
It's like
or a dragon.
it's like a koala bear, like in there, like with like a
It's the drop bear, like
Yeah, the drop it.
like what? That doesn't look scary at all. Like I am drop bears, mate.
There's like a picture of a road and like one of them going across it just to signify that they cross roads.
They do. They
Be
do.
aware.
get a cap crossing. Do not linger.
Owlbear's crossroad.
Owlbear den, 500 meters on left.
A quick check it as a drop bears as a monster. There is medium beast. Look at that cunning actions. Ooh. Oh my dear lord! Silly stat lines for ridiculous monsters. Check out the drop bear.
Love to see it.
So where would Lillian like to take part?
Yeah, Lillian, where are we going?
Lillian, where are we going?
Come on, Lillian.
Where are you taking
Huh?
us?
You
What's
have
up, Mum?
basically
We're
two
heading
main
towards-
options:
We're going to Gris or the Gris's.
Gris or the Lost Bounty. Like there's like a keep that's been sunk into the bog a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like Gris's place is the one that's
Yeah, the
best.
plan.
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah, Gris has got a good vibe to it.
Yeah, we're going to
Just
go.
do
We
it.
decided this already.
Just checking up on us, make sure we're still on the same path.
Just making sure you're doing well. Just making sure you're doing well. All right, so you will
Check for
arrive.
understanding. I see what you're doing. You're learning my
yes,
tricks.
yes.
Exactly. So you arrive basically at Gris's like hovel. You kind of like come towards it as like you travel through the undergrowth, like the trees, the mud, and in here you notice there's a lot more hazards here. Like there's deep wells of mud that passively writhe, and you can only assume, of course, that there are creatures that are residing in these giant pools. There are trees that go deep down into these pools, obviously, that kind of branch up. But you note from your knowledge of both Asash and of Lillian that this is corpse wood. Generally, it's trees that grow from the bodies of corpses and stuff like that. And blight druids tend to place like bushels of seeds and saplings and stuff like that into corpses and then dunk them into the swamp so that they can grow. They can harvest the ash bark or various properties of various trees like moss and pine, that kind of stuff, killing them and then taking what are called tree hearts out to then use in rituals and druidic practice and stuff like that.
I was about to say this sounds very, very eco-friendly until that last part.
It is very eco-friendly.
It is
Until you kill the
sustainable-
tree.
It is a sustainable practice because when you kill the tree, you plant a new tree. It's
Yeah,
I'll accept it.
Tree hearts are very powerful, basically like material components for certain things. In narrative, of course, not in mechanic. Just as a quick aside for those watching at home, in case you think, wait, there's tree hearts somewhere in the DMG that I haven't seen. It's like, no, cool additive thing, but they can be used in rituals and stuff like that, which are very cool as far as like particular magics that you can kind of do in the game. So this is what the kind of blight druids have to do. They grow a lot of trees. They grow a lot of moss and sap and stuff like that. Like they harvest things. They're farmers of the swamps and stuff like that to some degree and extent. They create groves and stuff like that. Yeah. But yeah, some
does
corpse trees.
this look like a blight druid grove that we are walking into?
Yes, it basically does. The hovel itself is probably to the side. I'll reveal the hovel for you as well as you kind of approach it. It's on the tracker card for those playing at home. You can obviously
Nice
use
hovel.
the spectator. Nice little hovel. You can see that with a spectator code. If you want to like key it into your Ardent Roleplay, you can just quickly have a look at it as we will display the card up on our lovely stream, so you can have a look at it if you'd like to, kind of come along and with our augmented reality adventure. Wow, how cool! The tracker card as well, if for those playing at home.
What a nice little hole. Oh.
Oh, that's cute. Look,
very
aesthetic goals, honestly.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's like little horn.
Yep.
Pointy
Right,
little
yeah.
thing. I love it.
Lovely. Little like clots of rocks there as well.
Just lovely that is. Just
That's
lovely.
lovely.
Bloody lovely that is.
Bloody lovely. That is. That's absolutely charming, isn't it?
Cool.
Delightful.
Asash will very quietly just mutter to himself and fire off detect magic.
You notice that some of the trees here have a magical quality to them. There's like what you can see is like an almost beating heart within some of them that like seems to be that they have been like grown in a way to enchant them, basically, or that they have a more fundamental connection with the earth. The hovel itself, you see that there's like some magic kind of around the doorway specifically, but not too much untoward. It seems like a very inert building, generally speaking.
Fair enough. And as Ash will just sort of looking around, sort of hopefully kind of knowing what to look for, any sort of signs of life that there's anyone sort of inhabiting the hovel or the area around.
You can do me a survival check if you like.
I certainly can.
Can Mog sense any evil now? Is there any undead or anything like around this area?
Yes, you can actually sense some undead. It is below the waters, below the mud of where you are. Probably, and it's hard to kind of gauge. I'll get you to do me probably a perception test to truly gauge exactly how deep down these undead creatures are.
That was a 18 on that survival roll.
You notice that there are footsteps that are going kind of like nearby the hovel, but none that seem to be like utilizing the hovel as a main forward operating base. But there's definitely tracks that lead further onto where you know to be the like the kind of lands of the bounty, which Lillian obviously has already kind of like ascertained like kind of where they are. So they may be coming in and out, and you suspect that with that path leading in is towards Havensburg.
All right, so yes, we can see a path that leads like barony towards Havenburg.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mog will just mention to everyone that there's I got a 1 on that last one, by the way, Jacob, so I don't know how far, but so I interpret
they're below the surface of the mud.
Yeah, Mog's like there could be a step below, or there could be like however many like meters below, but there are undead in this area in the mud.
Well, like right below us.
Mm-hmm.
With what Asash knows, I'm assuming what he's sort of picked up is sort of like those tree hearts as well from the corpse wood with the detect magic. Would that be a good guess for Asash what those might be?
Potentially, it's hard to say. This undeath, generally speaking, even in druidic circles, tends to be a level of corruption. There are ways to animate corpses through rot and through basically fungus that druids.
Circle of spores.
Circle of spores that you do know, but true undeath, not really exactly a thing that even Blight's druids would technically go into. I would say that I need to be specific around how that kind of works with the paladin's senses of evil, but evil nonetheless. Probably not the druid energy or sport energy. It's hard to say.
I think they may be tied to the trees, but thank you for letting us know. Good to keep an eye on these things.
Now, would any of you like to go inside the hovel?
Be mindful of the door. There is some form of magic around it.
Eamon will walk straight in.
Yes.
I was going to say, Mog's just going to...
It's like, I don't have to say anything because I know Damon will just walk straight in.
I was going to roll an Arcana check to see if there was something that needed to be disabled, but I guess not.
We'll
find
I'm going to roll the
out.
Arcana check just to watch it happen.
Just chuck the guinea pig in there.
You roundhouse kick the door straight open and you go inside. You then get a reveal, obviously, what it actually looks like inside for all you playing at home. Relatively quaint-looking place. It has like a nice little cauldron in the center there that seems to be like passively bubbling away, though there is no fire below it. And there's horns, there's a little like stool and like boxes of what looks like old dry goods and stuff like that.
Oh, how cute.
Hello.
It's one room, isn't it?
Yep, it's one room. So just like circular room.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bear's just looking at Damon calling hello into this singular round room, just like.
Sash will also wander in, start having a look around.
Yeah, you start rummaging through everything. You find like witches' component pouches and stuff like that. You find like a witch's component pouch. Sorry. You find like old dried goods like jerky, herbs, spices, what seems to be like various unguents and powders and such like that, as well as like what looks like a piece of like kind of glowing wood. Like it's like a glowing green wood that's like stuck. Like it's like a how would I describe it? It's like a lump of glowing green wood. Let's say that.
The kryptonite.
Like in The
Make
Simpsons,
an
it's like
arcana
the rotting
check on the
uranium.
glowing green wood.
Go for it.
It's terribly radioactive, as such. Don't get too close.
Don't get too close. It's dangerous.
I would like to have a look at this strange cauldron that is bubbling without fire.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I arcana check that one?
How are you going to arcana check it exactly? Like, are you going to try and like what's the method that you're going to use to try and do that?
Baird was just going to go outside and pick up a stick and then put the stick in it. If it doesn't, is it going to dissolve the stick, or get a feel for the consistency and stuff?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, like, roll me an arcana check.
Damon walks
got
outside
a
and
4
sits down.
total on his arcana check, so not probably getting much from the green wood.
18.
Seems good. You poke it with a stick, and you kind of like feel this like sloppy kind of like, it's pretty thick as far as a soup is concerned, goopy, but it seems like a heavy pudding or heavy porridge.
Yeah.
Heavy porridge, that's the one.
Okay, gross.
It's cool that the cauldron, like holding the cauldron up, it's got like hands, like holding onto the cauldron. That's really cool.
Yeah. Little spooky
And she's
hands.
the model designers at Ardent Roleplay.
Who could have known that? I don't know.
I didn't make this one, so that's why I'm like, oh, this is cool. Something I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Another thing I haven't seen before, can Mug go up to this Lego block looking thing and this stone?
Radioactive Lego block.
Oh, you mean the chest?
Yeah,
Yes, in the
it's
back
the
of the
chest. I was like, this is interesting looking
Does look like a Lego block.
stone block.
It does look like a Lego block, yeah.
It does.
It does look like a
Knowing
Lego block.
Grizz, Asash was going to look at that next, but I think Mog got to it first.
We can both get there like, what's this? I like Mog's just like an idiot at this moment being like, this is a really weird looking block of stone. And just say that out loud.
I think it might be a chest.
Huh.
Mhm.
Mog's gonna kick it. Like, is it like
for you, Keegan, you can tell that the chest is magical, that the piece of wood is magical, and that the cauldron is also magical. There are some magical various other things, but those are the three main magical things in this room.
Cool.
You give it a kick?
yeah.
Yep, it kicks.
Yeah.
And then like it seems to kind of shimmer a little bit and glows, and then a like face appears like just above it, like a holographic kind of like spectral face, and it's like, just don't. And you can see it's like, it appears to be like Griss's face, like, just don't.
Mog will freak it like,
And it just
shit.
is.
With his hammer,
Bear,
like,
Bear just sort of looks over, like, maybe we shouldn't touch the witch's stuff.
That might be a good idea. It's either something like her workshop in Ravensburg or something perhaps nastier. Definitely magic, though.
Interestingly, you know that she couldn't have taken it with her, so that does give you an idea of what it could possibly be. She couldn't have taken it. She took a lot of stuff with her. She had a lot of stuff on her. She obviously had time to pack, but didn't pack this.
Interesting.
A
Well,
sentry chest. A guard dog? No, guard chest.
Mog will leave it alone then. It's like, well, she said just don't, so now I have to just don't. What do you think?
Can I check
So
the
well behaved.
green wood as well? Sash, you want success?
You can, yeah. You can have a look at the green wood.
I'm gonna, as Damon outside the hut, because he left immediately after not finding anything. He's gonna just make a perception check to see if that Ettercat's still like watching us.
Yeah, roll me a perception test.
It's daytime now, isn't it?
I should be able to see out. 13.
13. You do not see any Ettercaps in this area.
I got a 19 for the green wood.
You know this to be a tree heart.
Oh, I relay this.
I had not seen one in person before.
It is used to generally take the life of another tree to make an even more powerful tree. That's why you make like the deep forests and stuff like that out of these. And plant them.
Would be handy to hang on to.
Well, didn't Briss say something that... Did she say something about them, like, taking over her hut, or did she just leave because that they were taking over the space?
I
And,
think she said they
the
were
marsh.
in her hut, but perhaps it was just because they were in the barony.
Guess
I
we can-
honestly can't remember out of
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
I can tell you, or you can just try and figure it out for your character. So up to you. In a few days, in a few weeks, actually, since you got the mission, basically. Like,
Mog's definitely forgotten. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, she definitely said something important.
She said something about being driven out of the marshes by these guys, but I couldn't remember if she said that they were in her shop or in her house or not. Well, do we want to set up camp here, like a home base?
Is
How
it
far is
safe?
it to the other place where we're going?
less than an hour, you'd say.
Okay, we're nice and close.
Would be a good place to put things down. Venture out from here. Should not be too far.
Correct.
You reckon she'd be really shitty if I tried to open that chest? Like, really shitty, though?
Probably. She is a witch.
I mean,
She'll forgive
if
me,
you're
right?
willing to wear it, it's
I
fine.
don't know what I'm doing. You know, it's all an accident to me, so I want to see what's in that chest.
I'm sure she'd give you a pass.
Stellar reasoning.
Bear does not think she will give you a pass, but he's going to say it.
Of course. Yeah, if we want to hunker down here, I might go sit on this chest for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can do that.
Short rest?
Perfect.
Have a quick short rest then. Just going to quickly find something. Where is my creature?
What time of day is it approximately? Like, is it getting towards?
It's probably like midday at this point.
Okay. Probably don't want to, like, just as a thought, do we want to go look at the castle in the daytime, or do we want to wait for cover of darkness?
I think daytime might be better.
But
Just
if there's
gonna
darkness,
die.
they might all be asleep.
Hang on.
But they also might be fully awake.
So
I
they're
don't know
pretty sure
what-
they're not nocturnal.
Or,
Hmm.
but also,
They're evil, not nocturnal.
We
But
have
most evil things are nocturnal. Ugh.
we have
a good
to
point,
think
though.
the closest to make
That's a
the
good
most
point.
of their moves during the night, not so
Mm.
much during the day.
They were pretty active during the middle of the day when we fought them under the bastion.
That's right, you know.
Good to know.
But that was also
But if
Oh,
you
can I get that in writing, Damon?
Shut up, Ben.
I can pause it,
Can you?
if we attack at night, they're going to have to use like artificial light probably. And it makes it really easy for me to dispatch them if we can just get rid of said artificial light.
Yeah, but you and I are the only ones who can see in total darkness.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I can see him dim, dark,
Yeah,
dim.
So we do still need
I
some
can see in
form
the
of
dark.
light.
bit of light.
Superior vision in dark.
Definitely
and
don't want to split up.
You see,
Double check that.
Thank you.
and in dark.
Because if we were to attack, I'm like, well, it puts you at an advantage, and I can also still see what I'm doing. I can't fight that well, and we're putting our two,
Yeah.
like our faster, like our
No,
like
no,
our
I get it,
two
yeah.
heaviest hitters at a disadvantage.
Yeah, Damon's not really thinking about
Yeah.
that.
Baird is thinking about you, Damon.
Aw. Damon's like, when's the fighting at? I'm bored. Damon's right. He's like,
Also, if we attack at night, we're just also allowing like the creatures in the area that are awake during the night to stop us from getting there.
Yeah,
This is
like that
true.
big.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
accept that.
I wouldn't really worry about that at a camp, guys. He's just a big softie.
No, he doesn't like.
If Damon thinks
light,
that's
but-
fine,
I think during the day may still be our best bet.
Okay.
Less things to deal with.
Maybe I should be able to see anything. Maybe Asash might be onto something.
I think it's important for you to be able to see stuff, considering you have the big stick.
Ah, that's that's correct, Ben. All right, so day it is.
Are
I'll
we
get
going to
to
go
wait then.
now, or are we going to have a proper rest and plot tonight and then go tomorrow morning?
Well, I feel fine. What about you guys?
A proper rest.
Oh,
You
Lillian
didn't get the
Lillian
blood
says it.
sucked out of you.
Lillian's right. Rest it is.
So yeah, let's plot, eat, rest, have a proper watch with wolves. You know, slightly more safe sleeping in a place with wolves.
I'll stay on watch.
No, you won't. You're gonna sleep.
I will take it as well.
Fair enough.
Ooh, with the rest of the day, can I look around this room a bit more? I guess Mog will just like go around, just like really like mucking around with this room and seeing if there's like any nooks and crannies that he can like touch. With his hammer.
Yeah, Baird also wants to figure out what this potion is.
Yeah. Cool. So with your 14 for trying to figure out the actual potion itself, it seems to relatively be a food of some sort, but it's like it could be a base of some sort. Oh, an 18, sorry. It seems like it would be food of some sort, but it seems to without tasting it, you wouldn't know for certain exactly what it's like, what it actually does, how it kind of works. But you kind of heard of stuff like this before, potentially, where it's like the base of like other spells or like good base cooking pot and stuff like that, which just tend to have a lot of kitchen magic and such like that, which can be very useful. But
yeah, I'm not eating it.
Oh, treat yourself.
But what if it's just like mac and cheese?
Treat yourself.
Mac and cheese.
Little mac and cheese. Easy.
But I hate to say it's not an original idea. In Sims 4 Realm of Magic, in the big cauldrons that they have in that,
you
mac and cheese in them.
Yeah.
It's really
funny. We did that in a live stream.
There you go.
Well, who has the best con? Wants to take a cheeky bite.
Damon takes 4 steps forward. I'll take a bite. What are we looking at?
At long last, my time has come.
Someone prep a healing spell.
So he genuinely doesn't know what he's eating, by the way, Lillian. He's just kind of looking at you blindly.
It's magic, and it's goopy, and it's probably the base of either a spell or food.
We don't know what it is, so we advise caution if you feel like tasting it.
But I mean, like, if you want to take one for the team.
No, we don't need to eat it. We're just curious. So if you don't want to eat it, don't eat it.
Huh. Well, if it's life and death, and he grabs a handful of it and takes his bite. Why not? Yes. Takes that. Now, is this a saving throw or a check?
Con saving throw.
A saving throw. Yeah, it's okay. It's not mac and cheese. That's okay.
It's not mac and cheese.
Thank goodness it was a saving throw.
Can we get that as a quote?
Clip that.
Not mac and cheese.
Well,
not mac and cheese is in fact a saving throw.
So it's only a 9 because I rolled a 2 on that saving throw.
It tastes like
a job for Damon.
It tastes like a fine, if pretty boring, porridge.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's fine. Just like Mom used to make. And she keeps eating more.
Yep.
And he's like, it's so bland and it doesn't taste like anything. Eat more of it.
You have another bowl.
How Mom made it.
You have another bowl, and you're like, yeah, this is food. And then for everyone else who's not Damon, roll me a perception test.
I rolled a 19 for my perception check just then.
All right.
You rolled one in advance. You were prepared.
Oh, he was already all over it.
I'm just bopping around the place, just touching anything.
15?
Like a blind person, arms stretched out.
I've got 6 hours.
20.
Not 20.
Lily carrying the party.
So
I'm sorry about your back, Lily.
Where most of you, like, this is a subtle thing. So most of you are like looking at like Damon and seeing if he's gonna like change color or something like that.
waiting for him to sprout another head.
By the way, sorry to interrupt, but Damon's still in his full mithril armor, and he actually he's pouring that porridge into the visor of his helmet, so you can't really see much about him. All you see is
his helmet is covered in porridge.
It's covered in porridge. He's pouring into his visor.
Why do you do this?
It's like pouring out the bottom of his.
That's gonna rank soon. Hose him down. Everyone's looking at like this ridiculous display as Damons want to do. But Steph, you do. Lillian notices, in fact, as you take the bowl, the amount of soup or the amount of porridge in this cauldron does not get lower.
Porridge.
Never-ending mild porridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yum yum.
I'm gonna point this out.
Porridge.
We could take
it's never-ending food.
We could take this cauldron to the town and feed the poor with never-ending porridge.
I feel like Gris would get really mad if we took stuff from her house, and I don't really want to incur the ire of a witch.
We don't know whose hut this really is. It could be anyone's hut.
It was her face that came out of the chair.
I was gonna say, her face told you to go away.
There's like a little mark on the wall. It's like Gris's house. This belongs to Gris.
Who knows if that's really Gris's face? That could have been
It's like a picture of Gris like building the house, like with a thumbs up on the wall.
Like standing next to the cauldron, like holding a fish with a thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
Why is she posing like a white man on Tinder?
That's it. Yeah.
I think it is perhaps best if we leave this place as we found it when we go on our way.
But you can have as much porridge as you like.
Because you'll never know it's missing.
I don't want to eat it.
What's wrong with the porridge? Don't you want to do a con save, Bear?
No.
Isn't this what you want?
Don't.
What could
In
go
my
wrong?
-1 want nothing to do with your con
What
saves.
could go wrong with the con save?
Everything.
What?
So much.
I haven't noticed anything else strange, have I?
Nope.
It's time to do a con save.
Except everything that's happening, of course.
She's going to do it. The absolute madman.
with Damon Theomune, of course.
That's just Damon
So
normally.
that's just normal
On a normal
Damon stuff,
day.
but I mean, that is strange with what's happening, yeah. Yeah, you can have a bowl of delicious porridge.
Yes, I would like to try it.
You may try the porridge. Do me a con save. Another!
15.
It tastes quite good. It's basically quite a good porridge.
A good porridge?
A good porridge, you'd say.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So it changes flavor depending on your con? Because for Damon it was bland.
Does Lillian just like...
She's going to say like, this isn't bland. What are you talking about? It's really nice.
Oh.
Mog will also give it a go then. You can have some porridge.
Have a con save.
And you get a con save, and you get a con save, and you get a con save.
So, 17?
17. It's a quite nice porridge. Some little deliciousness. It's quite a delicious porridge. It's good porridge.
Oh, this is delicious. What?
Delicious.
Yum.
Good porridge. How good? I feel like
He's just wary because he can,
Bear's like...
Asas can just feel the magic coming off of all of that porridge and just like...
The two magic users are just like, are you sure about that?
Three idiots just with a bowl of porridge each, and the other one just like pouring it into his thing, and then we're just like, yum.
Just like,
Dude, porridge.
Good berry.
It's tight.
Bear's just like, give me the berry.
Porridge. Give me the berry.
Bear eats a berry. He's not eating that porridge.
And on this session of Veil of Dusk, the sub type of the game is called The Party Adventures in Porridge.
The one where the party gets food poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are we just like becoming a Goldilocks tale now?
Yeah.
Is that what's
Now we all
happening?
need to sleep.
Oh.
Eating my porridge.
Are you going to try another bowl of porridge? I don't know. Try another bowl of porridge if you like. Try a little porridge.
Enough porridge.
Bowl of porridge. What?
No, bowl of porridge.
Bowl of porridge.
We're just like losing it slowly but surely.
That's all right. So yeah, that's basically what you find at Gris's place. Yeah. Do you do anything else like that? You want to like I don't know. Like what's the? Because you're going to basically rest here for the evening and then move on from here.
Yes, we need to plan we need to have a plan of attack, and then we'll have a rest, and and we'll attack in the morning. But what is the plan?
Lillian,
To attack.
do you know much in the way of quieting magic, like passing without trace?
That's a good question.
Do I?
It's just like,
Did I take that ranger spell?
No.
Do we know how long it will take us to get there? So if we look at the place that we're going, will we be like, that will take the rest of our day to go there and then come back just to check it out? Because Mog will put forward, we could scout, like, just to see what
you could go there. Like, it's not. It's about
an hour away.
It's midday, so it'd take.
I think it would take about an hour.
It would take longer if you didn't have the benefit of being able to kind of glide through the swamps like a pack of fairies.
Bless you.
Sorry.
If you want to make it really easy, I could just cast Water Walk on everyone.
Sure. That would get around like the pathway leading, but Lillian's already kind of mostly got that. You can do ritual water walking, I believe.
Yeah, that can be ritual cast. I just prepare it first.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't have pass without trace or anything like that, by the way. I'm good at being sneaky myself, but I'm not good at helping others be sneaky with me.
I'm good at being sneaky.
You're the least sneaky out of all of us.
Might still be true, man. Think about that for a second.
I don't know. I'm pretty anti-sneaky over here. My big like
glowing maul and armor.
Yeah.
I think you're sneaky, Mog.
Well, thanks, David.
Maybe it is an idea to go and like scout. Like we won't get too close. We'll have a look around. We'll keep ourselves hidden, in the trees and stuff like that, just to go have a look. We'll do that today, and then we can come home and rest and make a plan. We'll come back here and rest and make a plan, potentially. Though, as we said, none of us can make ourselves unfindable. Like
tomorrow, I will be able to do that. But what is the duration on a long rest? What's it actually take?
4 hours.
Okay.
Right?
6 hours, I believe.
Looking at
no, it's 8 hours interrupted. 8 hours interrupted.
8 hours, which sleeps for no less than 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like the only thing that I can do that would potentially help us is I can disguise myself as something else to get close up, but I can't do that on multiple people. I can only do that on myself.
True, I could turn into something like a snake and go and testing.
Snake.
Sneaky little snake.
If Morgan and Damon,
entire party.
If Morgan and Damon cause a massive distraction, you could easily sneak in. What do you think, Mog?
It's a brilliant idea. Wait a minute. Why are we calling this distraction? Wait, is that a good idea?
But you also are then potentially going to get chased through the swamps by something.
Maybe
you won't have Lillian with you, who will be able to help you, like with running, and not sinking waist deep in the mud.
Another good point. Yes, more good points.
Like we're trying to avoid death. That's my job. I'm the one who's supposed to die on a regular basis.
But curiously, if we were to do a big distraction, what would it be, Damon? What would we be doing?
A hula dance.
Luau.
That's a good idea. That's it. That's a good. We could Damon goes. He sits down on the spot.
I think that only works with hyenas, unfortunately.
Like we could look for undead in the forest and just exterminate them. Would that cause enough of a hassle that we could do it on our own?
I don't think that's going to draw the cultists out of the castle, though.
We could yell cultist a bunch. That should draw them out. We could.
That's going to get you fireballs from a distance.
To split up.
Yeah, and I think
perhaps it may be best if we stay together.
Where did the drawing them out come from anyway? Like, we haven't even seen the place yet.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
So,
all right.
Like, let's at least get an idea of what the building looks like from the outside, at least.
Do they have ramparts and arches, or are they just hiding inside?
So,
all very good questions, to be honest.
All right.
Why are you so desperate to separate?
But no, I'm not desperate to separate. I just feel like maybe Mog and I should stay here because we're loud. In every way, we're going to be loud. Right, Mog?
This is true. I will be very loud. So
how do we... maybe we wait here and you all scout the place. Because if we scout with you, it hasn't worked in the past. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, you can still come with us and watch our back. You just stay further back so that you're not heard. And you're in the tree line still of this clearing.
I admit I would feel safer if you guys came with us and just kept an eye on us.
Easy then. Problem solved.
All right, the party goes to the bounty of the lost, and we'll give it a 15-minute break there, and we'll jump back in when you actually get there. So I will say that the actual path to get there is relatively uninterrupted, but it is deathly quiet. So we'll just quickly wave out. So producer knows, and we'll see you in another 15 minutes. Thank you so much all for joining us today. Obviously, in the Ardent Roleplay stream, we'd love to see it, love to hear it, but we'll be back soon.
Hang around after this short break.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, come on down. Just lie on the ground. Stop shooting spells at us, because that makes us shoot pus. And I look down at my pussy wounds.
Oh, God. Stop that.
If you don't want me going around and telling everyone you have a bit of a monopoly going around with your illegal grog trade and extortion business, I suggest you start talking.
Mate, if you reckon I'm going to be scared by some geezer throwing a sword in my direction, you got another thing coming.
Yes.
I reckon I could call the guards over here right quick smart, and then I'll have to lock you up, you nasty geezer.
Can I cast silence right on us?
Yeah, sure, you can do that.
And I just go... I just quiet. Bit of quiet.
He picks up a bell, and he throws it.
Yeah.
It careens outside of the silence, and it rings like this kind of calamity, like on the streets.
So that's when Too Short literally just runs up, picks up the bell, sticks it in a bag.
You see like two guards like on the main kind of strip of the street kind of like look over to where the bell obviously had just landed.
A jazz hand spirit fingers and then wave over Ariella.
The half orc, like the orcish individual, is kind of looking at you like this. Is like, you arrive over, and at that point when you arrive, the guards arrive at the same time. The orc like sees the guards, sees you kind of start talking to them.
I kind of like look at the guards. I look back at him and I'm like, I just put my sword back in, but I keep the silence up. And then I put my arm around him. Like we're like, like we told a good joke or something.
He looks very uncomfortable and like,
oh, good. I want him to be.
Places a hand on you to gently move you a little bit away.
I just hold his hand.
Is there something the matter? I heard some bells ringing.
I just lost a bet. You see, I was betting how far we could throw the bell.
As they're doing that, I like elbow him quite hard in the rib, and I like point over at the guards leaving, being like, "It's still in the silence, I assume."
Yep, it's still in the silence. Yeah, he's just like,
and I kind of just push him away a little bit, get back to our original stance, and then I just go. I drop the silence, and I'm like, "So what will it be?"
What do you want to know?
I am going to get my book on etiquette and throw the book at him.
Okay. Improvised weapon.
Improvised weapon.
Roll a d20 for hit.
Wait, what? You have a bow. Why are you going to throw a book of etiquette?
But I love the poetic irony. This is the kind of player I am.
Okay, so you throw this book, right? And in a glorious grindhouse sort of fashion, in what feels like slow motion, it goes and just buries itself through his forehead. And he slumps to the ground.
It's my curse, and I can't take them off.
Hold on.
Well, yes, I told you this a little while ago.
Oh, I forgot your name and your curse. It's okay.
Yes, I got cursed, and now I can't take off my weapons from my hands. That's why when I pick up this other warhammer, I have to keep to just use Yeah, it's like glue. It's just like that super glue that cemented thing that wizard one time told us to put a solvent on didn't work. Can't take them off. That's my story.
Magical glue.
If are we able to have a long rest? I can just get remove curse for tomorrow.
What?
I can do this. Yes.
Jubdel is just going to look at Screams at Moon.
What's wrong?
And just slowly.
It doesn't even need. I don't even need any material components for it. I just need to touch it and just
breathe. Just breathing, turning away, and just very slowly walking away from him.
What's wrong? Do you not want to get rid of your weapons?
I'm going to give Screams at Moon just the look of, we've done it again.
I don't know what we've done. I just don't...
Walk with Jubdil.
Look, when you're raised by tabaxis, you pick up on other things other than people not being able to let go of axes. Like, did you know you haven't licked yourself in about 4 days?
Having something that you can kind of physically see and be like, this is what it is, this is what it looks like, is a very simple way to just keep story flowing.
another tool to communicate to the players what's happening.
Imaginations are endless.
Players who are new into the game, being able to describe, what a crypt or a dais or something is.
I believe we're in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, this pops right up on my screen, and I can see all this stuff, and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
That is amazing. That's so good.
Oh yeah, look at that. Dang.
To have that visualization right there. Pretty impressive. Yeah.
Having the visuals, it kind of brings it into a cool world.
Do me a quick con save.
Oh no. No, it's the disease! Ah! I don't want it.
You're all gonna die. Papa say you gotta get it.
Oh god.
Papa say you gotta get it. Wow. You are safe from the disease this day.
Whoa! That is so beautiful.
Yauchi, Mauchi. All right.
Good work.
You get on out of there. Do me a quick stealth roll as you're kind of like getting behind like the muddy tracks and stuff like that.
Splish
away
squash,
from these.
splish squash.
Squish squash.
Squish squash, apple sauce. Oh my god.
The natural 20, the natural 1. Oh, fantastic. So like
duality of man.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, cute!
No, it's going to be destroyed.
You see the goose in front of you. It is larger than a normal goose. It is holding a soul and a book in its beak. Its eyes are glowing red.
Got attacked by a goose.
The nameless goose, who is actually named Humphrey.
I would like to create a love hunk from afar that calls to Humphrey's heart and soul, pull him away so that we can enter the hut unfettered. I will find him later and kill him and take his entire skin and wear his beak as earrings.
Okay, roll me a deception check.
This is the second time I've played D&D. The first time I played, I actually filled in for a guy that couldn't make it to a session. I used my powers of perception, and no text on this slate, baby. I popped my collar, I have no worries in the world. Because my perception is usually pretty high, I can see a lot of things that the other people can't see, which means that I can kind of take advantage of situations a lot easier than I would be able to in just a normal tabletop standard. Like, it'd be very hard to be like, hey guys, I know the Dungeon Master just said, I've got all this stuff in the corner, but don't look at it because you characters can't see it.
I believe we're in the presence of a trap.
With this, it's like, it just pops right up on my screen, and I can see all this stuff, and I don't need to tell anyone about it.
What? Oh.
wish I had my some music so I could be like, ooh, spooky noises. But you can imagine the spooky noise like, ooh, it's just so spooky.
Very spooky.
The sirens.
3 spoopy, 5 me.
Oh, yes, we'll go get you.
Please don't make atmosphere.
I'm doing my
Qubit, no.
And welcome back to the Ardent Roleplay stream. I'm Jacob, of course, your host. Let's continue to crack into it and see if they die this session as well.
Wow.
Anywho, yeah.
Nice.
I feel personally attacked.
Guys, I've only got 1 diamond. Please don't.
We've just gone for a walk.
Don't worry. Trent gets all the combat he wants, you know? All the combat he wants. And you'll tell Goose. Haha! Beautiful. All right. So you're currently at the rickety hut of Gris, and you're currently going to be heading towards the Lost Bounty. Is there anything you'd like to do as you're kind of walking there? Because I believe you're all heading there, yeah?
We're all
going.
Awesome.
I think Mog will just be keeping his eye out a bit more during now that like it's daytime. He can like now pay attention a bit more to like leeches that aren't already on people.
Mm-hmm. That's probably for the best, I would say. So what I will get you guys to do is find where your character tokens are. There they are. I found them.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
I am proud of me too. In fact, so is my dad. He always says that about me.
My mom says I'm cool.
Nah, I don't think I'm cool. You know, but they are always proud of me, which is what I appreciate, really. Alrighty, tidy. So, you guys like head through these marshes and this kind of bog until you kind of find what is more stable ground, and then you come to the face of a large-looking and very ornate looking keep. Basically, it's a large kind of stone edifice with large double doors at the very front of it, and I will quickly reveal that on the roll 20. Now, this particular thing was actually made in Dungeon Fog, a very lovely program that helps you kind of build cool dungeon maps and stuff like that. So this is what we've got today. How nice. But yeah, you kind of see this. There's a large kind of like water dragon at the very front of this place as well as you approach. And you don't see any signs of life here. There's not like bugs or bees or any kind of like, creatures around the place. But, you approach the location and this is what you see.
It's quiet.
Too quiet.
We're meant to be on a different map.
We're meant to be on a different map, right?
Switch the map.
Yeah, changed.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, a statue of a water dragon. Okay.
I thought for a second that was an actual crocodile, and I was like, no.
Classic.
It's a water dragon, in fact.
A statue of a water dragon.
Well, rather than approaching directly from the front, very obviously, can we come? Hell, Damon.
You can decide. However which way you want to come at this place.
I was going to suggest that we start over here, like under the cover of the trees, maybe.
Staying in the tree line. Yeah.
Let's.
You guys can move your characters around the place. It's entirely up to you guys. You just like hide in the trees. Yeah, hide in the trees.
Sneaky, sir.
And that will get you to see, in fact, this area over here, because you're approaching from a side.
Lillian's just like off by herself.
I'm just going to see what everyone is. Sorry, like, I've got my things split on my screen. There we go. I'm with you guys now.
Lillian's off doing her own
we just
thing.
go to the side.
Too cool for you guys.
I can actually stop. No, it's fine.
Okay, so you can see down that that section of the house as well.
Okay, please.
Damon's kind of taken a bit of a stride forward.
Yeah,
What happened to you and Mog hanging back?
We kind of got up here with you and lost track of what we were actually doing.
Yes, the idiots. They advance.
The idiots advance. Don't worry, we'll check it out.
We're
like Flight of the Valkyries, but like played backwards.
we're in full sneak mode right now.
We are in sneak mode.
Clung, clung, clung. I'm so sneaky.
Doing their own theme music against the wall.
I'm so glad I was unconscious. Bear's wishing he was unconscious right now.
To be fair, I will add that the new mythical armor that Damon has does actually not impose the disadvantage to stealth, which is quite useful.
So he's quite stealthy.
I am actually quite quiet now, but it is more cronk, cronk, cronk.
Yeah. With a big grin as well. Like.
Yeah, we're both kind of giggling and having a little bit of laughs while we're walking, so we're not very silent anyway.
Fine.
Do we see any windows or anything? Like, what's the building that we're looking at?
It's like it's basically like an old keep. There are like arrow slits in the actual buildings themselves that seem to let light inside, but it's mostly like a certain effort. It seems that like it's been built on a pretty heavy foundation again and again. The actual foundation of the stone and rock below seems like it was brought in from the mountains to the north. As you kind of find yourself probably in what is the center of the swamp, basically, at this juncture.
Damon's gonna dash from one bush to the other.
Mm-hmm. You want me a stealth check?
That's not actually a stealth action.
Good. Well,
I'm
if you want to be, that's so good. That's so good. All right, you do that. You stash to the other side of the bush, and you're like, da 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 da.
Just look like Lillian
leap and dive into the bush.
Were they not staying back? Does this happen a lot?
They're idiots. That's us. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. You can see a little bit inside as well.
They're just excited. They're like puppies.
As you get closer and closer.
Mog is also going to try, but actually do a stealth roll in his really clunky armor. Wait, can I do it? Is it just an opposed
disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Right, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try and give that a go.
Mm-hmm. Now, how would the other people like to handle the situation?
11.
Well, are there any windows that we can see on the front of the building?
They're mostly just arrow slits, but no windows themselves now.
Okay.
You can't really seem to see too well into inside. It seems like a pretty heavily fortified area.
Can I ask Tina the Fae for some assistance?
She phases back into out of invisibility. It's like,
hi,
hello. How can I help?
Can you fit through one of those windows and potentially give us an idea of what's inside?
What do you think?
Please. I'll give you more blueberries.
I don't particularly enjoy being bribed, but I will do as you request, for it is my oath-bound pleasure to do so. And she flits up to the windows and goes into one of the little slits in the top of the building. There are 2 levels to this place as well.
I can get us some eyes inside as well. And so Asash is going to use his wild companion feature. So he's going to burn one use of his wild shape to cast the Find Familiar spell for free.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And so someone put a little what's a native bird that he can see sort of around this region?
Definitely been some crows, some owls.
Cool. So it'll just be
sparrows.
a little crow. Familiar.
If it eats my familiar, I'll cook it.
It won't.
Yeah.
Go and see what you can see. So it'll then send it off. But we'll then sit behind one of the trees out of the way and go into the trance state so he can see and hear through his eyes and ears.
Awesome. Well, I will show you what is upstairs.
Druids!
Cool. So I'll just quickly do a little thing with the Sash here so they can kind of see what's up here. So you kind of look into the top section of the front of the house and you find a bedroom. Looks a little like this. And you see a dead person who's rotting and decaying by this section of wall, which has has fallen down basically and is desiccated in places. The pillars themselves have been knocked down.
Thanks.
Yummy.
Lovely.
Sure, it's fine.
So speaking telepathically with the familiars, like, can you see further in? What else is there? Encourage the bird to like flit inside, just hop around like a cute.
Flits inside.
I'm a cute little dinosaur.
Yeah, it flits inside. I'll just kind of quickly get a bird. Hey, bird. Little bird.
Bird.
Very small. It's a very small bird. It's much smaller than that, but we'll leave for now. It hops onto this chest, kind of pops around, flies over to the books and stuff like that on the table over here. Has a little like look around, like pecks at this like individual over here, and you can kind of see outside this section over here as well. And then kind of looks at the doorway, which is closed, and pecks that. And then roll me a perception test as well. Actually, I won't really worry about it, because as this bird is kind of flitting around the place, Tina the Fae is obviously invisible, looking around the thing, and Baird, she basically comes out and is like, like you like just after Asash, your familiar disappears, like just suddenly gone. Comes down and is like, there are living statues up there.
The what?
Living statues. Chop the bird.
Yeah, Asash sort of like at that point like, shivers back to himself.
Okay.
She's been
I'll pass on going back up there, I think.
Very fair. Very fair. Fishes into his pocket and hands her like 3 blueberries.
She puts them in her, she puts them in her hand and eats them, but then looks a bit indignant about it. So. Yeah.
If you don't want to be bribed, then we should try and get along better.
Maybe.
Okay. Until next time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We have another dash action from Damon.
Yep, another dash action from Damon. You get to here, and you look on inside and find a large open area with a corpse on the stairs over yonder. There's also an area leading down deeper into the place, which is desiccated staircase, as well as a broken section over here. Actually, you can't see that just yet.
So does this place look like entirely abandoned?
Yep.
So he'll just start walking in then.
As he starts to roll to go in, Baird is going to use message and is going to point at where they believe Damon is, or if they can still just see Damon and just be like.
You guys see him walk across basically just here, and walk just steps up and walks around the rubble and stuff like that into the place.
Yeah, Baird points and whispers quietly, there are living statues inside, please be careful. So yeah, Damon just hears Baird's voice whispered in his ear.
He shudders a little bit.
It's like if you say anything back, Baird can hear it.
I'll look around. Do I see any statues?
No, not down here. You see a corpse just on the staircase over here. Some boxes and stuff, but no statues.
Even though Baird can hear me, I'm still going to yell out really loudly. There's no statues here! All looks abandoned!
Baird just
Could we hear it from all the way where we were? Or is it just really loud?
Actually, roll me a perception test.
Baird hears it loud and clear.
I'm trying to yell, so I'll give them the help action here if they need advantage.
Stop yelling! I can.
You can get the help action with the you're yelling. So you're trying to help them. You're trying to be heard, so you get an advantage on this one.
It's a natural 20 for Asash on the advantage.
Nailed it.
Nice.
I hear everything.
Getting
24 for perception.
Yep, Lillian hears it as well. And Asash also Asash hears, Lillian hears
everything.
Bed. But you do note that the sound is quieter. It is obviously he's yelling very loudly because you know Damon pretty well. But it's if the sound doesn't want to travel far. And you note this about the kind of area you find yourself in, as if the forest itself is quiet. hear it.
I hate it.
Apart from that, what would you like to do while you're inside, Damon? You got stairs, you got corpses, you got everything.
Wait for my friends.
Sounds like a great idea.
We may as well go see then.
Is it like open top? Is all like the floor above like ruined, or is it like I'm now in an totally enclosed space?
You're in totally enclosed space,
and there's no lights. Really, it's just like the light coming in from the door.
Yep, just like coming in the door.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly running straight into that. I'm just waiting. How do I call my friends?
You can see that there's some
in the brain cell.
You can see there's some light in this room.
Ooh. I'll point it out as Mog comes up, be like, hey, you took it out. Somebody's here.
Hey, Damon.
Is it a flickering light or is it like daylight?
It seems like a firelight.
Very good, Damon, but I need you to have your inside voice just while we're here. Very quiet voice.
Well, you're here now, so I don't need to yell.
While we're here, very, very, very inside, like quiet inside. Quiet inside there. Gotta not be loud.
Inside voices.
Mog will say kind of loud.
You're
not meant to yell.
We're not meant to yell.
You hear some. Well, actually, I'll just do a quick roll. Actually, because it's going to be 1, 2. Lillian, Asaj, as you kind of walk into the location, you hear this like a whispering somewhere around the place, but you can't quite tell where it's coming from. It's like something whispers into your ear.
Does it sound like someone's like preparing a spell or something, or?
Nope. Just sounds like spooky whispers.
Spooky whispers.
It just comes right up to Damon and just like leans in very close, just like, what happened to stealth?
I just yell at top my lungs, drop my back.
Sasha, you're walking a bit deeper, looking around, and like, shh. Anyone else hear that?
Yes, it's someone bad yelling at me again. And we shouldn't be yelling.
Asaj just puts like a huge hand over the front of Damon's visor.
Baird looks like he's either going to stab Damon or cry. It's just...
Why not both? As they say, crying is a free action.
I didn't know that. Shame is a bonus action.
Yep. Lillian starts creeping in as well into the space. Like there's nice carpet on the ground, there's boxes and stuff like that. It looks dusty and old and has that sense of mildew and dampness that is in the wood here. Definitely smells like dank and old, but with a sense of death as well. You can see there's a corpse obviously like just chilling over here. It doesn't smell particularly fantastic in here. Yeah.
Well, Bear's gonna go look at the corpse. Like quietly walk over to the corpse to have a look.
Yeah, have a quick look at the corpse.
Yes.
Mog's gonna look over in this little light spot. It's light through this little bit of rubble, is it?
Yeah, there's a bit of light to there. Yeah, you can as you kind of get a bit closer, you see a little bit more into the room.
Can I fit in? Can I fit through there?
Yeah, you can fit through there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's like you gotta climb over it, but it's pretty easy to do because you've got the blessings of Lillian with you.
Yeah, I'd like to just peek in there.
Yep, you have a peek in here, and you can see all of this. You see the front door. See, like there's obviously like a little meeting hall or like feasting place. There's a skeleton just on the like with his hand on the handle, just right there.
I'll be blocking the way so that Damon cannot like just go right through.
There are banners. There are banners right here, right there. There are banners here and here. Cobwebs, braziers, and a door at the center.
Okay, I don't see anyone. Like that's no one here. So I'll take another step in and be like, okay, come on.
Yeah. There's no one home.
But there might be someone.
Oh, stop it, Mog. Look around you. Calm down.
How would you like to investigate, by the way, this corpse that you found, Bed?
Well, I was going to consider just like either just a general perception of it, but
it would probably be an investigation more than a perception. Yeah,
I would take investigation.
But it depends on what your goal is for this thing as well.
to find out what it potentially was,
that's fine.
like, or who it potentially, whether it might have been a cultist or something like that, and also maybe how it died.
Seems good.
Cool. $22.
This seems to have been a bard of some sort. You can see the nice lapel, the nice roughed collar and stuff like that. It has what looks to be a pan flute on its side. And it has been killed, you would suggest, within the last couple of months. Yeah, and the body has just been discarded here, seemingly.
Okay. So does it look like they died here, or
it looks like they died here? Yes.
Okay, and it's just the body's just been left there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's not a cultist.
It's good. It's a good option. Yeah.
We assume it's not a cultist. I'm not really keen on going upstairs yet because that's where they said that the living statues were. And that's where our dead bird friend is.
Is Baird saying that out loud?
Yeah, it's just sort of quietly talking to himself more than anything.
There is nothing left of the bird. They dissipate.
Mog, you hear some whispers as it in your ear.
Damon.
Thanks, I hate it.
Do you hear that? I'll whisper to Damon, do you hear that?
Oh, sorry. Big breakfast.
It was a lot of delicious porridge.
It's my favorite idiot.
Porridge between his ears where it fell into the visor.
That checks out. Well, in that case then. What are the banners like? What are on the banners? Sorry, is there?
They seem there's a symbol on there. It seems like quite a faded water dragon. It probably given the water damage, it looks very old. Like it's barely visible what was actually on this long ago, but it's still at least hanging by a thread.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'd like to do an investigation check just to see what happened in this room, to see if I can put together the story, I guess, of what might have happened.
Do you mean investigation then?
Investigation of 0. Ooh.
Good luck. All right. You think there was a fight here, given that the obviously the tables and chairs have been broken, that someone tried to escape, but ultimately killed. This was long ago, you'd suspect, but you're not exactly sure how many years ago it would have been.
Yes, and I'll just repeat that. This clearly was a fight between something, and he didn't win.
Yes, Mog, he's dead. Look at him. What do we say to you here?
Definitely big dead here.
Definitely dead.
David will kind of pick his head up and drop it. What do you mean?
I just we needed to make sure it's for science.
Of course, yes. I kick with my foot. Still definitely dead.
Is there anything on the body? Is he just just a skeleton in rags, or is there anything on him?
Do you look inside of the you roll him over?
I'm gonna poke him with a stick to see if I can get anything to fall off that way. Poke him with my mole.
The mole.
Nothing per se falls off him, I suppose.
I can't hear any chink or anything like that, or
no. You hear something maybe more fleshy, hard to kind of say, but it seems to be on him, on the other side of him.
Mog will go down to lift him up and turn around then.
No, you turn him around, and you can see that there's this kind of yellow looking mass in his gullet, which is seemingly grown there. Do me a quick con save.
19.
19? Cool. You feel this kind of you can see there's some spores that pop up around the corpse as it kind of is flung over on the other side, but you tastes a bit nasty, but it's all fine.
Okay, that's gross. I'd immeditely step away from it.
Hold up. Actually, Damon, could you also do me a? You probably did you come and check? You came and checked it out? I imagine.
Yep, 16.
16 is enough to succeed as well, and as like this spore cloud about 10 feet around the corpse erupts around you guys. You're like,
oh, I swatted away with my hands, taking a step back.
I'm like, yeah.
Man, dead stuff sucks.
Actually, sorry. You guys do take. Shoot, you do actually take damage. I thought save just reduced all damage, but no, it did not. You take 13 points of poison damage. And you must succeed the con save, which you have succeeded at.
How much damage? Sorry, how much do we take again?
13 points of damage.
Yep, you take 13 points of damage. Yep. But that is the only effect that you'll have. You're not poisoned by it. It's like,
that still sucked. That did not feel good.
No. But the mold, there's like, it seems to be some kind of mold of some sort.
It's heading down my arms. It's mold. No! Let's turn us into mold monsters.
Anyway,
getting very The Last of Us vibes.
Yeah. Very Resident Evil, isn't it? So, basically, I'm like pain down my arms, freaking out. It's very sizzling, very burny on my skin. Oh, sorry, ignore that roll. That was not meant to happen. Sorry. Damon's getting like sick of this situation. He takes a look around these kind of area of the room, but notices, I assume, that it's pretty empty.
The rest of it's relatively empty. Yeah, there's not a lot of it. There's obviously something that has happened here, but what that something is, this is at least not where the epitaph of it all coming together was, whatever it happens to be. Yeah.
Well, I'm out here, Bog. Let's get out of here.
This room is done.
So we're gonna come through here.
Yep. Lillian, what are you doing in the meantime?
Keeping an eye on all of the idiots.
All you idiots in a row?
I mean, I'm just kind of sitting. She's like,
sitting on a box, just like,
we are meant to recon, not go inside. Why are we inside?
You'll see Damon and Mog coming out, with their face a little bit burnt, like babies.
Mom,
what happened?
Damon scratching under his helmet.
Mom.
There was a yellow goo thing.
Yeah, more corpses.
Gonna
mold.
half
can I just make a
yell
survival
to
roll?
bed, don't touch the corpse.
Wasn't going to. That's gross.
Corpses are
Turns
gross.
out it's even more
Wasn't
gross.
going to. That's gross. That's what you sound like, Bear.
Make a
I didn't want to
survival
touch
roll
it.
to see if Asajj recognizes anything off, fleshy thing growing on the corpse. Does that ring any bells for what they may have encountered?
Lillian, would you be able to do me a perception test as well?
Sure. $11.
Cool. That's all good. So, Bed, what would you like to do with your fun corpse friend?
Well, Baird is not touching the corpse friend, but is going to sort of wander around and look at dust on banisters and common walkways and see try and get an idea of how long it's been since this place was frequented.
Do me a survival or an investigation check, depending which one you'd like to do. It'll just give you some difference.
Investigation, because
investigation.
My bad.
Did I roll a history as well?
Absolutely.
Piece together what the place is.
Well, not that great.
Not that great, but you probably get a decent idea. It's definitely decades since anyone was here.
Okay, so this is not where our...
Well, decades since this place was actually properly used. Not per se since someone was last here.
Yeah, he's more trying to look for when people were last here, how disturbed the dust is and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not too clear to you with a roll like that. You suggest it's been a couple of years since anyone was touching this stuff. Lillian.
24.
For history. You know this to be the Lost Barony, basically. From what you can understand, it's the Lost Barony of the Bowermarsh. The Bowermarsh was always a place of death, of rot, of basically swamps, and one foolish baron thought that he would be able to laid claim basically to the Bowermarsh. and tried to build a castle, a keep, on top of it. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the swamps, it was very deep down, like basically just consumed the stone that was put there, and even with the help of magic, was never able to really put a keep down for many, many years. It required his entire fortune basically to build another keep, another castle, which kept falling deeper and deeper into the swamp, which eventually created a relatively stable land for him to manage a small keep. But by that time, he had grown into old age, and with that, his house fell into disrepair and ruin, and eventually was lost to time. And you recognize the symbol, the water dragon, as that is the crest of the old Baron. Though what exactly happened to the Baron and his people and the bounty in general is a question for historians that they're not entirely certain about, because they've actually found really where it was. It was just reclaimed by the swamp, is what they believed.
Huh. Okay.
There you go. Fun history lesson. How good.
There we go.
Sauce.
With a 24, though, let me just think about this. With a 24, though, I will say that there were rumors that the Baron himself utilized a devil's deal to finally get the actual castle to finally stand and to build beneath it as well.
Well then.
Well then.
Says I have.
It is said, with one last piece of information, I'll give you a 24 because it's a lot, that he was so consumed by his anger and rage that he changed as a man forever.
Sensible voting.
That's what we call foreshadowing, kids.
Hey.
Jiminy Jokers.
That's a special secret that will help us later.
Asajj will sort of look around and say, so we know, so these stairs to sort of the north up here, do they go up or down?
They go down.
And these ones go up?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Seeing as we have some idea of what happens upstairs, should I try and see what's downstairs?
Are you gonna grab like another bird friend or
something like that? Yes.
Right. Is there a way for them to get downstairs? Like a door there, or?
It seems to be an open pathway. It seems like an open pathway downstairs. This is a stair that leads downwards. From what you can tell, at least from where you are.
Damon's about to just go straight downstairs.
He's like, looking. I can just go downstairs. Why don't we all just go downstairs?
Wait a second, Damon. Let me check first to make sure it's safe.
It seems relatively dark down there. But...
Cool. Let's see. What's a creature I know that has dark vision? The foxes have dark vision?
Owls have dark vision.
Owls have dark vision? Cool. Owl friend it is. Asajj will sort of sit down on the floor, cross his legs, close those, and again, will burn his second charge of Wild Shape.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see what else are we going to use Wild Shape for. And in this case, make another little owl friend who's clearly like looks fey, so has like not quite natural colors. Woohoo! Because these things never quite look. They're not beasts. They're fey creatures. So it's a little owl birdie friend, and does the same thing. So but this time, be careful and stay clear of the statues. Go and see what you can see. And lets the owl quietly fly downstairs, and then sits back, and his eyes just go completely white as he starts perceiving through the owl.
And you fly down here.
Whoop whoop.
So you fly downstairs, and then you go into this like rocky stone, like series of tunnels, and what you can see in the distance is like fireplaces with small embers of braziers, but it is quite dark down here, and especially when you get to about here, very dark entirely. There is a light up ahead over here, which you do eventually move towards, and you move. Get the actual bird again. Let's get this. You use this token as a bird identifier. But you move the bird up to here, and you try and have a look in these like larger sections, and you see that there's like a what appears to be like a skeleton that had like with what appears to be like basically like slime or goo or like something like that has been like around its form that's like been knocked straight into the ground, and it looks like it's been a relatively recent attack. Basically, you can do right here. See a statue in the corner just here with a sword in its hand. There are various braziers around the room as well. Where would you like to go from here?
Let's go off to the. So there's various sort of lights flickering sort of all around.
Yep, just being here.
Well, let's head off towards the left over this way.
Mm-hmm. You come into this room here. It seems to be like with another statue on the other side that points directly at you. And as you move into the room, roll me a reflex save.
Cool. What is the dexterity of the owl?
Dexterity.
Because this will be using the owl stat block.
Yep. Owl 5e. Let me just double check this one. It is dexterity +1. I think it's a +1 to dex saves. Good luck.
11. Go, little bird friend.
Cool.
You can do it, tiny burb.
You see the eyes of the statue gleam for a second, and then you don't know where your bird is. You awaken back out of your trance upstairs.
Okay. Those things have a range. There is more tunnels underground and more of these living statue things. They seem to...
How exactly does one build underground tunnels in a swamp?
I don't know, but there was...
where Lillian's going to pipe up. Maybe a devil pact.
Or just very far down, right?
This is just a really good time for her to just like give everyone a history lesson and like pass over now what Jacob has given me.
Excellent.
Welcome to history class with Lillian.
Damien takes a break to listen.
Pulls out like a blackboard, some chalk, grams.
Is literally a historian in character.
Pulls out like a pointing stick.
Nerd.
Suddenly just uses a switch, materializes like a whiteboard out of nowhere with a little like pointing stick with a hand on the end.
Yeah.
There's a slideshow presentation.
You said they have the statues have range.
Yes, it managed to hit my familiar from across the room. Its eyes lit up and then gone.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Good thing we're not birds.
Yeah, we're a lot bigger. We're much easier to hit.
My God. Right.
The dawning mortality of Damon DMing.
It's an existential crisis. In 3, 2.
Screaming. Oh my God! We're all gonna die here. Oh no.
Aaron is actually going to be like, it's actually going to be like, I want to see what's at the top of the stairs. So like, Bear's gonna like creep up the stairs like and keep really like low and flat to the stairs, and like just do that like gentle like peer over, like don't get shot.
I might follow Bear up the stairs as well, like directly behind. If I can, if I tap, I'm gonna like tap on Bear's back and just be like, have the anti statue stick right here.
Okay, but if it can fire a laser beam from like 10 feet away.
What's a laser beam? You're speaking alien to me.
If it can fire a magical blast from 10 feet away that disintegrates a bird, I don't know what your mole is going to do.
I've got magic on me, like tink tink. Wow.
I've got magic on me.
Magic.
Baird is actually going to, okay, I'm going to go up to the top. Like, I'm going to like belly crawl up to the top of the stairs. Like Baird is not getting up because fine, if Mog wants to get shot, Mog can get shot. Baird is not getting or trying not to get shot.
Getting real close to this corpse here with your belly crawl.
No. Like we're gonna step over the corpse, and then once we're here, we're gonna get on like low to the ground.
Or get on all fours, like.
Get on all fours and just like just carefully again. It's just like it's like the like the edge of the step, just like.
All right, sounds good to me. Damon, are you going downstairs? Is that where you're angling towards?
That's where Damon's headed.
Splitting the party.
There's no.
Wait a second.
Where are we? Upstairs.
My bird's back. He returned.
Yay, girlfriend!
Return of the bird.
Return of bird.
That really got me. So my upstairs looks slightly different than my downstairs, but it's fine because I did it right. But it doesn't look quite there. All right. Here's what you see in this room. Hooray!
Woo! Oh yeah.
Can't see any. Can't see any.
No statue right here.
Statues.
No, the statues might.
Mog might creep up like 2 steps.
Can I get Baird on this level too?
You can get Baird on this level as well.
Thank you.
Dude.
Hey, there he is. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right. You go up there. You kind of peer through this doorway here. There you go.
And there's another corpse on the floor. Don't touch that bed.
Those are the statues. Sorry, I'm just looking at the map a little bit. Okay. We're not going to touch the corpse. That's gross. What else is in the room? What can we see? Anything interesting in the room?
There's a nice carpet on the ground. There's a corpse. There's a door. There's another door. There's a bunch of doors here, but not a lot of stuff. The corpse looks like it's actually a skeleton, mind you. It's not like a corpse, but it's like actually complete. All of its flesh is gone. It looks very old as well.
All right. That's the skelly bones.
All right. Yeah. Step over that and come into the room here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see? Is this a door or a window? Like this is a door in front of me.
Yep. There's 2 doors in front of you. Yep. There's 2 doors on either side. Or here. Or here.
I don't know that there's a statue behind there, do I? Because
nope.
I just know there's a statue up here.
Baird will wait.
The information.
Yeah. Yeah. Baird, what the statues?
Would Asash like to go upstairs with them?
Asash is wondering why Damon is going downstairs, and it would be like, say, Damon, what are you doing?
I'll just chime in with Damon. Damon, you're going downstairs? Like, hey.
That's the plan. Are we not?
How about we all move together and not wander off in pairs?
I thought we... Oh, all right.
The others are heading upstairs.
What are they doing upstairs? Did we look upstairs? I thought we sent the owl downstairs. He's going to get like a little frustrated. What?
The owl has been exploded. We're checking upstairs first, and then we'll head downstairs.
Didn't you say no matter what happens, they explode? Those familiars of yours. Whatever.
It got shot.
Oh. How do we... Wait, if they could shoot us... Oh. All right, fine. We go upstairs. Oh, no. They're just going to shoot us upstairs too. You'll see. They'll head straight upstairs.
Very likely.
Yeah. Cool. You guys are going to head upstairs. I'll get your characters up there as well.
Yeah. Baird will be grabbing the back of Mog's armor and being like, no! That's the room with the statues in it. And they're right near the door.
Oh, they're right near the door.
Well, Baird can actually refer to that because Baird actually saw the bird, the other bird, get killed.
Baird did?
Yeah, Baird did. Yeah. Well, Tina did. Tina did. So Tina can.
Yeah, Tina did. Tina explained it to Baird.
Yeah.
So should I open that door, or do I go through this door that we don't know?
Let's.
Do you want me to smack the the statue?
Really worried about you getting exploded.
Don't think that the statue's going to explode me. I don't know. I just haven't ever thought they could do that.
Just because you haven't been exploded yet and you haven't encountered a statue that can explode you doesn't mean you're not going to get pulverized by this statue.
Mm.
I had also never been dropped over 100 feet out of the air by a acid-breathing dead dragon. But, new things happen every day.
Did you know that there are symbols on this door as well? Like there's like symbology of like
on which door?
This door right here. It seems to like have like symbology of protection, like symbol, like protection glyphs and stuff like that.
Okay.
little geometric
Keeping
patterns.
things out or keeping something in?
Keeping. Oh, you can do Arcana to know.
I will. I might.
Bitch, I might.
14.
14. You suspect keeping something in.
It's like, let's not open that door. I don't like that door.
It's a bad door.
This door does not have good vibes. I'm not liking the vibes.
Quick vibe check. Quick vibe check, everyone.
Let's.
And the others arrive basically upstairs with you guys now as well. Like they start. You can see them like behind you guys. Like
the door failed its vibe check.
The door failed the vibe check. Yeah, Baird sort of like it's like that front room. Well, the room ahead of us. That's the room that had statues where the bird got pulverized, and that door. I don't like it. Those symbols make it feels like they're keeping something in rather than keeping people out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bear, do you want to go into the next room? Because we want to check these rooms, don't we? Like,
we want to check them, but we also don't want to get exploded.
Yeah, so that's why you need to get out of this room where you will be safe.
All right, I'm going to go look at this door over here instead.
Is Lillian around? Lillian's
just standing on the stairs.
Just like just need to make sure that Lillian is somewhere where Lillian can shoot.
It's all right,
Just
Lillian.
in case.
We know where the statues are. There's no statues so far. They're in a particular room, and they haven't seen us.
Also, do we know where the other doors lead into? That the one that you're standing near? I think you should go near the stairs.
Bear's looking at these two doors in here, like here and here.
There seems to be no symbology on these specifically.
What about like touch and like listening to them? Like, is there anything? Can we hear anything? Is it warm to the touch?
Let me quickly check something. Lillian,
recognize the bodies in the water.
You also hear whispers, but you recognize them to be of what's that language you got? Got
a couple. Infernal.
Yeah, infernal. You recognize it to be infernal.
Oh.
What is it saying?
Belong to us. Stay.
Right, we're leaving.
Thanks. I hate it.
It's
it's like freeze. Like, anybody else hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, great. Has anyone else heard voices?
I have heard the whispers. That's what I was.
I heard something, but I'm pretty sure it was Damon's ass.
You guys.
Powerful flashlands.
Well, unless Damon's ass speaks infernal.
You don't know me.
Suggest we leave.
It's new meaning to the phrase "talking out of his ass."
So Damon's in the room.
Speak.
Damon's in the room with Mog, and he's only really just caught up with Mog. So he walks up to this door here, right? What? Have you got in here yet? Or just try and push the door open?
The door pushes open relatively easily. You can push it open.
I'm looking in. I already have a head poked in the room.
Yep. Inside there is a crypt. There's like what seems to be like a sarcophagus with a cracked top, a ball and chain on one side, and a pile of rocks which seem to have been fallen in from the roof.
Mog, come here! Check this out.
Did they just?
I'm renaming Damon to Leroy Jenkins.
There's a picture of a snake, what seems to be like a snake or something like that on the actual this here.
I'm gonna look to Asach and say yes.
And there's a nice mural on this wall over here as well. It depicts basically a beautiful shining castle and a very happy looking group of family members, it seems, and a single person above them.
Brilliant. Mog's be
we've had bad run-ins with paintings.
Mog's gonna be like, brilliant idea, Damon. You push over the lid, and I'll whack whatever is underneath.
Can we not? Can you stop?
Easily.
Please stop.
Just get over here.
Wait.
Does nobody remember the history lesson?
But What? We're doing
Place both hands on the lid of the sarcophagus.
Yeah, you got both hands on the sarcophagus. You're like,
please.
Do not.
What?
Okay, wait. All right, David, wait a minute. We're doing something wrong.
Hang
Yes, you opened the door that was clearly keeping something locked inside.
Yeah, but now we
and
can
now
kill
you're
it.
going to open its resting place.
Well, if you know that,
just leave it alone.
You know, Bad, all doors that lock something inside at some point.
Also,
that's the point of a lock.
Also, do I sense evil in this room?
You do.
Ah.
It's coming from inside the coffin.
All right, I'm going to be like, Bad, there's something evil in here that needs to die.
It's probably the Baron.
Yeah, it's probably going to kill you.
Isn't that what
Can
we
we
wanna-
not deal with a lich potentially?
Yes, can we... Remember how we came here to deal with a cult?
Yeah, isn't this the guy?
No.
No.
This is not the cult. The cult is not here.
Shouldn't he die though?
Oh, they're further in.
They're further in. They're in a different room. They could be downstairs. But
They could be
this is not what
downstairs.
we were looking for.
They could be downstairs, Bad. We were going downstairs, Bad.
You were going downstairs by yourself, Damon. To
Yeah,
get
well,
yourself
Waited
killed
for us to
again.
finish a little bit of investigation up here, and then we would have all gone
Well,
downstairs
we're
together.
doing our own investigation up here too, Bad.
You're
Can I
going
just
to
say,
get me killed.
this is the most funniest image I have in my head of three of the party members like, no, in one room, and me, like Mog and the other, like, and Damon just like, but we're going to do something fun.
But we're adventuring. Like, no, that's
Intrinsically,
great,
this man
Robin.
is evil, and Mog smites evil. Why can't we smite this evil?
What you are
I don't
doing
want everyone
is-
to get blown up by a lich.
What you
Okay.
are
How do you
doing,
know it's a
Mog,
lich?
is close to the desecration of a grave. Does that sound good and just to you?
Wait, say that again, sorry.
What you are doing is bordering on the desecration of a grave. Does
But it-
that sound good and just to you?
But it's already desecrated.
I will
it's
get.
evil.
I will get Mog to roll a religion check to suss out the desecration level of this particular place.
Aha.
He thinks it's evil.
Typical Mog. Religion, you say? The one thing that I'm meant to know.
the one thing that Mog didn't listen to in school.
And by gum, Mac, I'm going to beat this into you. If you're playing a religious character with religious convictions, you're gonna get the religion.
Religion, the famous paladin dump stat.
Famous the world over. Please continue your lovely role-playing team, because Mog, you're not entirely certain. Well, level of desecration, you're like, it's probably desecrated. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a good, it's fair.
Like, at least give us a chance to prepare. Like, don't just barge in and unleash what could potentially be a lich or a demon or something horrible.
Or a rat.
When the rest of your party's not ready for it.
All right.
Mog's pretty ready.
You guys look pretty ready already.
Yes.
You guys look pretty prepared.
I'm not
Can I get
ready.
you to do me a perception
I'm not
check,
ready to
please?
die again. I just came back to life.
It's not our fault you keep dying, man, okay?
It is your
I'm
fault.
gonna
You
say
keep blundering into things and dropping buildings on me.
And we're fine.
Thank
We
you.
come out.
That's all.
You've been fine, man.
All right,
We're
all
having
right.
a conversation right now.
David, let's get out of here.
What?
No, we'll come back to it.
Well, we're going downstairs then.
We're meant to be doing a recon, not attacking anything.
We're supposed to be investigating so that we can go back and make a plan on how we're going to attack and win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to destroy the
Please.
statues in the other room?
Well, we don't know what they do, so I feel like we have done our recon and we should go.
But we haven't gone downstairs yet. And also, we don't know.
There's statues downstairs. We don't know what they do, so we should probably try and figure out what they do first.
But if we go back to the hut, how will we know what they do?
Research.
In the hut? How do we do that?
I don't know. I'm going to be sending Stone fucking...
I
What's
feel
his
like
face?
this is a very scientific
I'm going to
moment for us.
booty call someone to find out.
Okay, right.
Bless the booty call.
Booty call, Crystal. I forgot.
I
That's it,
require,
Booty Stone.
I require you to say, "Hey, Gaston, you up?"
Once
Sorry.
again, Lillian's boyfriend can save us, sure.
It's not.
There's no harm in her asking
He's not
for
my
help.
boyfriend.
Okay.
Hey, what you wearing?
Are you up?
That is. What about the other rooms then? Do we at least want to see in these other rooms?
I would like to
particularly.
go back to fondling the door to figure out if it's
fondling this
something
door.
wrong with
And
it.
they're fondling, classic.
Yeah. Bear's just like ear pressed against it, like just like is it warm to the touch? Is it cold to the touch? Or is it like
quite cold?
Asar's just like pulls this door to the crypt room closed again. Just like, please.
Are the protection runes still there on the door?
On this door or this door?
On the door with the lich in it. We're going to call it a lich.
Yeah, the runes are still there, but like they're like etched into the actual door itself. They're not like magical glowing runes. They're just etched into.
Do they seem like they're actually doing anything?
You don't know. You don't have detect magic up.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, detect magic.
Yeah, if you use detect magic, then I can tell you these things. It's like
Baird is going to cast detect magic and go and like have a little bit of a looky loo at all the doors.
Easy. You detect magic reveals that there is no magic presently active on these doors. Whatever was here at some point may have been has been rendered inert long ago.
Nice.
However, of course, your magical sight also detects that there's something magical inside this tomb here.
Yeah, cool. We figured that much.
Does it pick up the statues as well?
Yes, am I picking up the statues?
No, because it is within. It's got like a foot of stone in the
way. Okay.
Can I roll in Arcana to try and figure out if I've heard of something like these statues?
You can, yes, absolutely.
I would also like
or to like how they'd be made, or what they do, or like
you know
something.
14.
And I don't need a booty call my not boyfriend.
Not boyfriend. Yeah.
17.
17. You would suspect that they would be potentially single once-a-day uses of basically destroying something. It depends on the kind of statues involved. You haven't seen them, so you don't actually know for certain. But you do have heard they're like sentries that you can utilize to protect a space without like prior prior permission to be there. Does that make sense? You've heard of those?
Right.
Potentially could be those. It has been used in noble houses before. They're basically like a once, like it kind of rings a bit of an alarm to like it attack something. But you've heard of those. You also heard of golem. You've heard of gargoyles as well. They could be gargoyles to some degree. They could be stone golems as well, which are like magical constructs which are designed to guard a place for the rest of their existence, which incredibly expensive, but definitely possible.
Do any of them align with like the one-hit KO, don't see it coming?
Any of those could have killed the bird like that easily.
Okay.
Yeah, bird's got like 4 hit points max.
Yeah. Or it's squishy. All right. Okay.
Are the rest of these doors, like the 2 doors up here, are they closed, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they're closed, yeah.
You said they were cold to the touch?
This one is cold to the touch, yes. This one,
Which one,
however,
sorry?
is regular.
That one?
This one here.
So, okay. Is it colder than like the room we're in?
Yes.
Like,
it's significantly colder than the room.
Okay, cool. And Detect Magic didn't pick anything up on that either?
Not from the outside of the room.
Fantastic. All right. Bear, like, still with a hand on the cold door, is like, let's not open this door because, again, bad vibes. If we're going to open more doors, let's open that door. Going in front of Asaj.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Asaj will like be temperature checking the door first as well.
The door is not outwardly like high temperature, but you open it up.
So he'll before he does that, he'll like put his staff away, take out the battle axe, so he's in one hand, and then with his other hand gently open the door.
Bear is like, I'm gonna move.
Oh, you pop it open, and inside you find a room with 3 corpses, 3 like coffins with corpses in them that have been like loosely packed in. There seem to be many bones inside these coffins here, as well as a diagram on this wall. Basically, with like a kind of list and stuff like that. It seems to be like a little interment room.
Seems to be where they prepared their dead.
Or at least you suspect that they would have been what it was turned into. Potentially would have been like another. This would be about like a bedroom-sized like place, but it was turned into this for whatever reason that might have been.
Can I sense evil? Like, are they undead and alive?
Nope. Sense evil does not reveal anything, but there is a sense of evil behind this doorway, within this place here, and downstairs as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to add to the bad vibe, check. There's something evil behind this door as well.
Mm-hmm. Damon, I'll also get you to roll me a perception test as well.
It's 11.
Cool, that's good.
We're not perceptioning very well, are we?
So yeah, this right here. This is like what you like. You sense there's evil behind this door and in here as well, and bully. But that's about it. How would you like to proceed?
Asash, just before they move out, Asash is going to have a good look around again and see if there's been any signs of like the cultists moving around or using this space.
Survival test, then?
Survival?
Mm-hmm.
While he's doing that, can Baird look at the little diagram on the wall?
You can.
That'd be a 22.
No one has been here for some decades, at least not having crossed the stairway. Or there is tracks of people who have obviously walked in here, but there's only like one set, or maybe like two sets at most, which seem to have come through here. The cult does not utilize this place in any way. Almost, from what you can perceive and gather, they avoid the place for some reason. The diagram on the wall, if you'd like to do me an investigation check or a knowledge arcana or religion. Actually, probably religion check would be the one.
Oh, I can't arcana it.
Can't arcana
it. Okay.
Yes, you're a bard. You're good at everything. Yeah.
Was it? You said investigation or religion?
Investigation or religion, yes.
No, they're the same. So, no.
Which one are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with religion.
There you go. All right.
That's buried in the corner.
Mm-hmm. All right.
15.
You note that the diagrams on this seem to be to desecrate the memory of the individual that is being interred. Their skull is round the wrong way. Their bones are splintered and drived through with iron nails. And there is an effigy, like a description of an effigy that is placed within their chest cavity, basically, to ensure that they never find rest.
I hate that. I hate that a lot.
These are very old. Like, it's barely noticeable how like the actual like what the very vague sense you get from this, like the description is. It's only kind of there because it's like the ink stains have stained into more of the stone itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the kind of sense of this place is it's very old. Like it's like hundreds of years old. Kind of like how old it is, but it's preserved. It's preserved relatively well. Like,
okay.
You know, you get a little notation of when they're going to be buried, and it's like close to like 500 years ago.
And the bodies, the coffins in the room, are they like partially open?
Yeah.
Are the bodies in the coffins, or the skeletons in the coffins, do they have the little effigy in their chests?
They do, and their skulls around the whole way.
Okay. All right. Baird will come back out of the room and just quietly do that. Like, those bodies or skeletons have been placed in a way that they will, and like desecrated in a way where they purposefully will not find rest. So that makes me think that there's going to be angry spirits here at night. If they're not here now.
That might explain some of the whispering.
Yeah.
Well, the whispering is asking us to join them.
Mog, you hear the whispering again? Like the...
Like those whispers? Like those ones?
Yeah. The ones you're saying.
I can't hear them.
Okay, wait. We don't seem to hear them at the same time.
Okay.
I haven't heard them yet, and also I don't speak Infernal, so...
Well, yeah. Ghosts. Me and Damon especially don't like ghosts, so we should definitely go downstairs.
I feel like you guys have had a bad run-in with ghosts before. Pointedly that you are now 20 years older than you when you started this.
get wrecked by that.
After hearing ghosts, it's like, oh no, okay, nah. Liches are okay because we can kill them, but ghosts, let's get out of here.
He doesn't know about religion, team. Doesn't know religion.
The logic, flawless.
Well, we don't know that it's a lich there, so I reckon we can kill it. But ghosts,
yeah.
All right, you head back downstairs. Is that what you're doing? You're not going to go through that other spooky door? Ooh, okay.
No. The adventurer in me wants to, but the bear just no.
All right, you come downstairs, and you're kind of like going. But in this area here, there is a there's like a pale mist here now. You kind of
it goes back to standing on the stairs, like no.
It kind of drifts. It drifts ever slightly towards you as you kind of start to step down the stairs because you didn't really notice it as you kind of move through, and you will basically move into about this area here, and it will get hit by whatever this mist actually is because you're walking down, and you're like, it's fine.
Oh, I don't like it.
Roll me a con save.
Oh god damn it!
Gotcha! Motherfuckers!
I looked at him.
And he
looked at me. And I looked at him.
No!
And he looked at me.
Again.
Look at him. Tanked it. Bear just falls over.
Yeah, Bear just keels over
faint.
dead.
Perished. Get
How much
perished.
Then perish.
What happens?
All right, you take 10 points of poison damage as you walk into the mist, and stop yourselves as you get to the other side of that mist, and you step a little bit back. You get like an opportunity to kind of step back onto these stairs. However, you are still poisoned as you feel this aching cough start to like cross over you guys. So I'll get you to doing another con save again.
Do we all take 10?
So everyone takes 10. If you succeed, you get half, and you're not poisoned as well. So don't you worry about that. So how about what did everyone get? 20, 20. Yeah, you're above 20, except for
the second one was 20 as well.
11.
Oh, actually, Mog got 16. Did you?
Yeah.
Can you be poisoned at all?
I think I can be poisoned.
Okay, cool.
You have the immunity to disease though.
Yeah. Is poison and disease different?
I think your 16 will get you though. You'll be fine. So you don't get poison.
17 for Asasha and the second one that you wanted as well.
7.
Yep, 7. All right.
Got a 10.
Oh no! So everyone takes another. Everyone who failed a 16. Everyone takes another 10 points of damage. Bed. And you take another 10 points of damage as you're poisoned, and you feel this like reaching, painful coughing like start to splutter in your lungs as you start to choke on your own vocal cords.
And freaking tastic. Cool. Can I prestidigitation a big gust of wind to like blow that stuff away so that we can get out?
You cannot prestidigitation a gust of wind because a gust of wind is a specific spell, I believe.
Dang it!
You can actually use to like move. It's like an air thing.
Gust is a separate cantrip, yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but it is underneath. Now, Mog, you will probably notice Bed is like poisoned and coughing and like feeling. You got the poison condition as well, so the poison condition for those playing home. Find the poison condition just real quick for you guys because I'm such a good GM like that. Poison condition is for those playing at home. A poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks while they are poisoned. But yeah, you start like coughing and spluttering. What would you guys like to do from here?
Damon's going to just walk clean through it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what
he doesn't even.
Mark's going to do too.
He feels a little bit sickly, but he assumes it's from like the atmosphere. He's actually not too worked up by it. He just walks clean through. Yep. Don't worry about it, chump. Walks clean through.
Air like starting to like bleed out of the mouth. Like
yeah. Mog's not looking good either. He's like, that does not feel good.
And Sash would just very quietly like put her hand on Bed's chest and just like cure wounds.
You can all make it through the mist if you'd like to on your turn. You just gotta kind of book it.
Yeah.
You will do another con save at the start of that turn as well.
Can we just hold our breath now that we know it's bad mist?
You can, but it will not affect the actual spores themselves because those are going to just be around. So you can't just hold your breath through this particular one.
Fair enough. Bad heal 11.
11?
11.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another con.
Con save the other side?
Yeah. And 12? That's still
12?
another 10 damage?
Another 10 damage, yes.
Okay. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna lay on hands. Does that remove poison? Does that only...
It does.
Oh, okay.
It removes poison, disease, a whole bunch of stuff. It's really good.
All right, I'm gonna...
So Asash will just use sprint.
The third one.
You got him!
I got
him!
Everyone who...
Asash, though.
Everyone who... so everyone... oh my god, double natural 20s! Everyone who succeeded doesn't... you two who do the natural 20s do not take any damage from the thing. Everyone who did fail take another 10 points of damage as you feel this like kind of coughing, lung splitting like pain in your chest. Mog, you fell on hands on who to cure them the poison?
I did 10 on me, and then who else looks sick? Because I'll give them 5.
So you'd only need to do like 1 to heal the disease, wouldn't you?
You can only do 5 at a time. Like minimum, if you want to lay on hands, you have to spend 5.
Right. Asash would be looking sickly and coughing as well because he got a 6 on that last con roll.
Rip.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mog will definitely be like heal him and then touch Asash's shoulder and lay on hands there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you get +5 and your poison's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, heal party.
Anyone else, or is that just we're all good now?
I'm not looking that great either, but I don't know if anyone's looking worse than me.
Damon's pretty well good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if no one's going to heal
Lillian is looking rough as well.
And I would like either Bed... everyone except Asash can roll me a Arcana check to know a little bit about that particular gross mist.
Damon doesn't.
14.
Damon would. Damon does a thing or two. You've seen it before.
Seen it before? All right.
Seen it before. Bed, with your so you got the stuff. So you're not super certain, Bed, Lillian. You're like, Damon, however, you remember this. You remember this actually as Vrock spores, the creature that you fought besides your companions as you defeated the Duke Thusterburn. I believe Thusterburn. No,
Yeah.
Thusterburn. He was the other guy.
No, someone else, but the guy at the Bastion.
Yeah, the guy at the Bastion who was actually a Vrock in disguise.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks, I hate it.
Vrock can't stop the Vrock.
Can't stop the Vrock. I was not. It was Graham Castelleth. Castelleth. You remember it as Vrock spores, and with that, I will get you. We'll actually wrap up just there, so we can have a little bit of a downtime thing because nothing has happened yet. But you are definitely in a little bit of danger in this lovely bounty of yours. So
I'm in danger.
Best of luck. And that's game there. So we'll be joining again in 2 weeks' time. Unfortunately, we won't have the lovely Lillian in that time, but we'll be sorting out something to manage in the interim. How do we all find game, team?
It was good.
Pretty good.
It was good.
Pretty good.
I'm now suspicious that you saved the Drock fight for the one time where Lillian wasn't here with the oath bow.
Yeah, what are you talking about? We might be doing something a little bit different the next time if Lillian cannot. Because obviously Seth can't make the next game.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's all good. But we might be doing something a little bit different. We'll see how we go, and there'll be some possibilities there. But we'll
Tales of Bussing say, but it's Havensburg.
It's just all the it's everyone's background.
There is no fault in Havensburg.
It's everyone's background game or something like that. But thank you as well, obviously, to the chat for sticking along with us the entire time. Thanks to everyone. We definitely appreciate your patronage and support. It's always lovely to stay.
Also, so many witty one-liners in the chat. They were great. Quietly in stitches the entire time.
Yeah. Low-key flex. Incredible. But yeah, we'll actually do a quick what did we love about games? Just to sign off, and I'll get you all to tell me your deals and your shout outs, and if you have any of those as well.
I really liked just like investigating as a group again and getting to have that like party banter and stuff like that. It was really fun.
we never fully get along.
It's been, like Baird's trying is legitimately trying to be nicer and like say nice things, which is why they were like, I don't want you guys to die. But also Damon just frustrates so much. I love having Trent here because it's just Baird just getting so agitated constantly. Like it's so fun.
Damon is like he goes, I want to kill this guy. Morg wants to kill this guy. What other variables do we need to consider? Really?
The fact that the rest of us don't want to die, you guys can't kill the guy.
Death very bad. Stop that.
No fun.
I'm just loving the slow dawning that Asaj is having of why Lillian and Bear just frequently look so tired. I understand.
Even though they aged 20 years, we look like the ones who have aged.
Yeah, we look like the ones who aged. We're also the ones who don't age.
Yeah, you guys didn't age.
I love that like throwback to that session though of like when we encountered that Banshee. The only characters who got hit were the characters who could actually be affected by age.
Yeah, the ones who
because
cared about
Baird doesn't age. Baird's an elf.
Mog got wrecked.
Yeah, Mog got destroyed.
Damon got wrecked. I went to 50 or 60, and I'm like, I'm old, but I can kind of go. But Damon was 70 something. He was like,
I was
I'm on the bed now.
Yeah.
Luckily,
that was one of the first sessions that I actually tuned in and watched as a viewer, and I'm just sitting there the entire time going,
Luckily, you had a literal fountain of youth you could draw from. But
lucky.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, only gave you about 20 extra years, but you're still old boys.
Older than you used to be.
We would hope wizened, but absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
She couldn't get it.
Old in body, not in mind.
He's just a bit senile now. He's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm old. I've been around for longer.
Old enough.
No, you haven't. Old enough to remember.
They're just quietly like, I'm older than all of you, technically.
I have this really good like visual image of like when we're about to like me and Damon just about to like throw off like the lid and attack. I just have this really good image that I kind of want to draw now of me about to attack and Damon like pulling the lid off slightly, and then you three in the background like no, like this is huge, like no,
and we're pushing each other out of the way to get through the door, like no.
Yeah, what could be?
It could be such a good like little comic panel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like the three of them trying to like squeeze at the door, just
and like there's just a line like of like Mog and that looking like what we're not doing anything wrong, but there's a line that says potential lich like in
potential lich. Like it's like labeled on the box, like
is it warning lich, do not open.
May contain traces of lich.
May have been produced in a factory that also processed lich.
Best before date on there or something like that. Can't open it up until this.
No, it's produced by the same DM that would definitely make it a lich.
Oh no, I got big plans for what that is.
So that's worse.
It's much worse. Hashtag sneakrets. Sneakrets, yes. It's a sneaky secret. Yes.
Or is it a snaky secret?
Snake? It's a snake. Yeah.
Oh no.
Look, I just want to quickly appreciate that though it was my own fault entirely, I did really wish that I could have hurt you with a swarm of like leeches inside mud. Where you like sink down into the mud and they drag you down into there and you're like, oh, you're drowning in mud. That's a terrible
but see, if you tried that, it would just be cool. Next long rest, water walk's prepared, ritual cast, everyone can walk on water for 24 hours.
It does get wild at D&D when you get to like high levels and you're like, oh, like I've solved this. Don't worry.
It's like, oh, what's this? No, everyone's Jesus now.
They're just sitting here like, I've had enough of my blood sucked for my entire life. No more animals will take it. Nope.
You gotta get heavy armor training, surely. This is it. Heavy armor training or bust. That's it.
I gotta admit, it took like absolutely all of my being because I have so much experience with leeches in real life that I have actually put them on myself before because they just kind of hang out. I mean, this is like that I still like leeches is a completely different thing considering I got one in my eye once.
The producer
It was
in the
not my
background
fault.
is like,
It dropped
what
from the trees. They legitimately do that. Always wear a brim hat when in rainforest where there's leeches.
Dear God, no!
Yeah, no, I know that one because I remember when I went to Tasmania, we got told about leeches, and at least 3 different girls in my high school got leeches on them, and it was a scream fest. It was, to me, it was hilarious. I didn't get any leeches on me. But I think if I had, I probably would have cried.
I mean, I had one on my stomach once at a cadet camp. I just felt something a bit squishy on I was laying on my stomach because I was in bushes, just hiding in a bush times, and I just kind of fished into my shirt, okay, it's just that's how chilled I am with leeches at this point. I just don't care.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt me. It's fine.
I remember at school camp I was on this tirade about leeches, and I was like, these bloody leeches gonna play skin, and I looked down at my arm as I was throwing my hands down, and I looked right here, and there was a leech on there. I was like, and entire school started laughing. I was like, terrible.
The only thing about there's 2 things about leeches that I think one of them is terrifying. The other one's okay, that's weird. Is that the leech? I've seen how the leeches have kind of teeth in their suckers. They got 3 layered teeth kind of thing. So when they zoom in, I'm like, that's terrifying. They just latch onto you.
They look like there's something out of a horror movie.
They kind of churn through so the blood comes. They suck the blood out, and they can actually suck out parasites. But this is the second thing is they don't. That's why they used to use them in ancient medicine, because it would actually suck out parasites in their blood, but it doesn't. Sometimes parasites inside them kind of go back into the blood.
Yeah.
It's the gross thing.
Back to D&D though.
Anyway,
This is a great
D&D.
session.
I mean, I expect more leeches in Rascal, so
less leeches.
Yeah, look,
it's 100% a medical thing, I'm sure.
I'll be sure to make sure there's plenty of leeches for the next session when you have to fight something.
I don't trust you.
A rock made entirely of leeches.
Jiminy Jillikers. I wonder what I could possibly be thinking with a water dragon as a symbology of this house, the missing dragon eggs.
I'm gonna get eaten. I'm gonna get dropped from 100 foot in the sky again, aren't I?
All right, guys, I've got cold lightning this time.
Yeah, cold lightning. Yeah, I'm sure that'll help.
I'm sure that's gonna help when we're all standing in water.
I'm very excited for you guys to actually find out what's happening underneath this place, because
I really want to open that cold door, because my investigative friend, if this was a video game, I would absolutely have opened that door. Because I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. I want to see what's in there. I'll fight it. But when my character is on the line and there's no reloads,
yeah, and you've almost died so many times already.
I have died.
Yeah, it's like a death count. We're getting a death count in the chat. Death count 1. It's like death saves, just death counts.
Yeah, how many times has Baird almost died, and then also a tally of how many times Baird has actually died.
Yeah, just get a stat sheet. We'll make little trading cards. I've died this many times. Hooray!
Yay!
Yeah,
little punch card, and the 5th one, your revival is free.
Yeah.
All right, you'll be able to call up a guest on who yeah, probably.
I like that.
Don't die. That's my advice.
I like
Jesus.
That,
you got me.
Even though we don't have Nick in the party anymore, Baird will forever be bringing up the fact that one time that he got a house dropped on him.
Yeah,
he get a house
the wicked witch of the east.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick, man.
I'll have to get him. I'll have to get him back on the stream at some point. Actually, just have a
cameo.
Back for a cameo for one good old one shot. We'll see how we have to go, but. Yeah, no. Did you like the models as well?
They were really great. I love the witch's hut in particular. That was wow.
I really just liked the actual swamp one, from Archway. That was just, the rain was just really nice.
The environment.
Shout out to the art and dev team.
Yeah.
Right. Not to add it, visually they're quite nice, but to add something a little bit extra as well is I really like the boards that the Ardent Roleplay app kind of lets us just visually interact with. There's a lot of times we open up a room and we're like, okay, we can see X, Y, and Z through the Ardent Roleplay app. So what does X, Y, and Z do? Can we perceive? Well, you throw some tests at them and stuff like that. So it's another layer as well mechanically, which is kind of what I get out of it. That's what I like.
Well. There's this weird Lego brick chest in the corner. What's in this?
Yeah,
Let's go
like
for it
Jacob
with a
didn't
stick.
even mention the chest, but because it was in the app, we saw it and we knew it was there. And I really like that. Like as someone who has DM before, like I really like that I can put all the things in the room and then I don't have to remember exactly what's in the room and like list them all off. Like I think that's really cool.
There's a very exciting thing actually happening in the back end of Ardent, which is a little bit secretive, but it's for those of you who may want to know soon, where you'll be able to actually select objects from any of the packs we have and actually build up your own encounters and stuff like that, where you can have like, this is everything I want to have in this place. So like, say you want like a captain's desk inside the dungeon or something like that, you can just like pop that in there and it's just going to be there. You can like select on what kind of things you want in there and all that kind of stuff. It's very cool, very exciting, and gives a lot more like options for people to have. But of course it is a while off, obviously, because the development is very difficult for all you playing at home. But it is a lot of exciting stuff, and eventually we're going to see in Ardent, which I'm very excited for as well, to kind of help with that. Like the I think it's always that thing of like making an app for creativity.
It is a beautiful app. If you're in the chat and you're not playing along at home with the spectator view, get on it.
Get on it.
Yeah, it's really good fun.
Every time I talk to someone about it, like I honestly need to carry cards with me because I do get people being like, "Oh, you Twitch stream?" Like, "Oh, yeah, I'm on like this." Explain a little bit of the. And they're always like, "What do you mean? That sounds really cool." Because it's like absolutely no one I ever encounter has ever thought of this before. So
the AR function is really great for that.
Yeah, just that whole like you interact with
the 3D button and just bring it up so you can actually get the model.
What do you see? This. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
But I think we'll have to probably wrap up there. Well, on that note, thank you so much for saying that, guys, as well. Just love that. But on that note, I think we will wrap up there, and we'll say goodbye to our lovely chat. And thank you so much, of course, to our lovely players. It's everyone, really. It's been a delight. Always a delight to play this game with you, lovely friends of mine. Yeah, it's what D&D is all about, you know. But yeah, I'll see you next time, team. We'll wave ourselves out. Have a good one. Mm-hmm.